Ladies and gentlemen, if we could please be upstanding for the arrival of our guest of honor, and also please give him a rousing cheer and round of applause as he makes his entrance.
Ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, President Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa. Shumba, we welcome you. Please remain upstanding for the national anthem led by the police band. You may be seated.
Allow me, ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture to call upon Bishop Choto, President of the Chaplains of Zimbabwe, to commit the proceedings ahead to the Lord God, our Creator. Bishop Choto, may you please come and lead us in prayer.
We thank God for this time. I just want to ask Baba tinoda kutenda kuna Mwari wakanaka mangwanana ano ndokuti muri Mwari unoshamisa pakati pedu. Tinotenda nenguva ino yamatunganidza panzvimbo ino. Tinotenda baba vedu nemutungamiriri wedu. Tinotenda baba vangu pamwe nemutevedzeri wake nemakurukota ose nenyasha dzamunotiitira. Nyika yedu nhasi inofara nekuda kwekubata kwenyu kunoshamisa kwataona so far. Rambai muchipiwa mbiri tichitenda nekuda kwemusangano uno indaba ino. We dedicate this time of God into your hands, oh Father. Bless everyone and everyone who is here. We thank you, Lord, for this opportunity. And we give you all the praise and honor in the name of Jesus Christ. We thank you, Father. Bless us, and we dedicate this moment into your hands. In Jesus' name, amen.
We thank you, Bishop Choto. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, the Vice President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, General Retired Dr. C.G.D.N. Chiwenga, the Vice President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Colonel Retired Dr. K.C.D. Mohadi, the National Chairman of the ruling ZANU-PF and Minister of Defense, Honorable O.C.Z. Muchinguri Kashiri, President of the Senate, Honorable M. Chinomona, the Minister of Women's Affairs, Community, Small and Medium Enterprises Development, Honorable Senator Monica Mchangwa, the Minister of State for Harare Metropolitan Province, Honorable Senator C.Z. Tawengwa, and other honorable ministers who are here present. Members of the Politburo of the ruling ZANU-PF here present. The Deputy Ministers of Women Affairs, Community, Small and Medium Enterprises Development, Honorable Dr. J.N. Mhlanga and Honorable K. Mutibanyoka, and other Deputy Ministers here present. The Portfolio Committee on Women Affairs, Community, Small and Medium Enterprises Development, Chairperson, Honorable G. Mutandi. The Thematic Committee on Agenda and Development, Chairperson, Honorable Senator Ndebele. The Thematic Committee on Sustainable Development Goals, Chairperson, Honorable Senator Chief Siab Sali. The Zimbabwe Women's Parliamentary Caucus Chairperson, Honorable Senator Mboa, and all other members of Parliament who are here present. The Chief Secretary to the President and Cabinet, Dr. M. Rushwaya. The Chairman of the Public Service Commission, Dr. V. Hungwe. The Secretary for Women Affairs, Community, Small and Medium Enterprises Development, Dr. Mavis Sibanda. Other secretaries who are here present, senior government officials. Officials from the Ministry of Micro and Small and Medium Enterprises from India. International delegates from the Southern Africa Development Community and International Cooperative Alliance Africa, members of the diplomatic community, our distinguished sponsors and partners, United Nations agencies here present, the Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Advisory Council Chairperson and Council members, the Secretary General of the Zimbabwe Chamber of SMEs, Mr. V. Kuraone, and board members, the Zimbabwe Cooperatives Federation President, Mr. M. Duru, and board members, speakers and moderators, representatives of the MSMEs and cooperatives, captains of industry and commerce, representatives of financial institutions, development partners, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, business people, medium, micro, small and medium enterprise owners, vavakumatunumana enyika, tinokugamuchirai tichikutendai, and we warmly welcome you to this inaugural Indaba that is being held today. A warm welcome to you, our guest of honor, our distinguished guests, and everyone here present.
Thank you, Farai. After that thesis of salutations, we would like to invite all our speakers this afternoon, to observe all the protocol already and ride on what we've already observed. You needn't read out all the protocol already. So I'm Ruveniko Parinyatwa, joining Farai Makutuya. I believe he took good care of you yesterday, and I think that it is fitting that he shares the stage with a woman today, especially because Zimbabwean women own 56% of enterprise in Zimbabwe. It is particularly fitting that this inaugural Indaba is convened by the Ministry of Women Affairs, Community, Small and Medium Enterprises Development, recognizing that women are not merely participants in Zimbabwe's entrepreneurial landscape, they are amongst its principal drivers. Your Excellency, we'd just like to let you know that the delegates that are here today are here because they are walking with you, some are running with you toward Vision 2030. No buses were provided, no accommodation was provided of their own volition and with their own resources from all 10 provinces of Zimbabwe. They are here. So when a sector contributes approximately to 60% of national GDP, it is no longer a peripheral sector. It's not peripheral. It is central to Zimbabwe's economic future.
Indeed, Ruveneko, the thesis and that long list of names that I was saluting and recognizing is in recognition and a testament to how important this sector is held by all these important people. Kuona vakuru vakawanda kudai vachiungana kusangana vachida kukurukura nema SME kurakidza kuti makakosha ndimi sekuti kuita vechidiki vemazano ndimi muri kuchimhanya ndimi muri kurira ndimi muri kupisa. So tinotenda ministry yedu nekutiitira indaba yakadai zvakare mukuru wenyika kuve pano kuti vataurewo nesu vachinzwa kushanda kwatiri kuita.
Thank you. And to begin our program today, they say all roads lead to Harare. And for business in Zimbabwe, that often feels true. Harare is Zimbabwe's economic heartbeat, our nation's political, commercial, and financial capital. So please help me welcome Harare, represented today, our host, Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution of Harare Metropolitan, Honorable Senator C. Tawengwa, represented today by the Permanent Secretary, Dr. Shingirai Mushamba.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Dr. Idi Mnangagwa, allow me to address you, sir, on behalf of the Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Harare Metropolitan Province, Senator Charles Tawengwa, who is unable to join us because he is on official business. Permission, sir, to proceed to address you. Thank you. All protocols observed. Your Excellency, it is my singular honor and profound privilege on behalf of the people of Harare Metropolitan Province to warmly welcome you and all our distinguished guests to Harare Metropolitan Province. Your Excellency, we are gathered here for 2 days, yesterday and today, for the inaugural National Micro, Small to Medium Enterprises and Cooperatives INDABA, being held under the theme Towards Vision 2030 through building and enabling micro, small and medium enterprises and cooperatives ecosystem. Your Excellency, your presence today is a great honor to the people of Harare Metropolitan Province and to all the actors involved in the micro SMEs and cooperative sector. It is indeed a clear demonstration of the importance that the Second Republic attaches to the growth and transformation of the sector. Allow me also, Your Excellency, to extend a very warm welcome to all delegates who have traveled from afar, from all the provinces of our beautiful country. A special welcome to the delegation from India and all others who are represented herein by their diplomats. We are equally grateful to the Ministry of Women Affairs, Community, Small and Medium Enterprises Development for its commitment to pursue the agenda that brings us into this august house today. To you all our visitors from all the other provinces and from beyond, I encourage you to create time to experience the warmth and the hospitality of Harare Metropolitan Province and its people, and to appreciate the dynamism of our province, whose people continue to demonstrate remarkable resilience, enterprise, and innovation. As I conclude, allow me, Your Excellency, to express our sincere appreciation to you, Your Excellency, for gracing this occasion and for blessing it simply with your presence. I welcome every delegate, exhibitor, partner, and organizer whose efforts have made this inaugural National MSMEs and Cooperatives Indaba a reality. I warmly welcome you all and thank you for listening. We wish ourselves very successful deliberations. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Thank you, Permanent Secretary. Our next speaker represents an organization that serves as one of the strongest collective voices for Zimbabwe's micro, small, and medium enterprises, advocating for policies, partnerships, and practical support that enable entrepreneurs to start, grow, and formalize their businesses, as well as strengthen the link between entrepreneurs, industry, and government in advancing the MSME sector. Please join me in welcoming the man leading this important work, the Secretary General of the Zimbabwe Chamber of SMEs, Mr. V. Kuraone.
Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, all protocols observed. Your Excellency, it is my singular honor and distinct privilege to stand before you today as the voice of the 4 million SME across Zimbabwe. We are not only a sector, Your Excellency, we are the engine room of the economy, acting as the vision, as the catalyst for Vision 2030. And at NEMA SMEs, Vision 2030 Tatoibata. We thank you, Your Excellency. We thank you, Your Excellency, for being a listening leader. Takachema baba, tikati my license adhura, ease of doing business, janetsa, baba vakatiterera. Takaona my license achirijusiwa, tinokutendai baba. Kati uchire maoko chenda baba yoda munanga. We are now moving out of the shadows of informality into structured, scalable, and bankable production. We have moved from survival mode to sustainable growth, production, and value addition. Your Excellency, your defining national philosophy, nyika inovakwa nevene vayo, ndiyo yavamanywa yedu so zuva nezuva tinodedzera kuti nyika inovakwa nema SMEs nokuda kwecontribution yedu munyika yekwedu. My SMEs, though my veins, these are the engine room, the economy, no. If we got no contribute at 60% to employment, 60% to GDP. My SME, got about which as the SMEs have declared that Zimbabwe cannot continue to spend our hard-earned foreign currency on goods that can be manufactured by our own hands. Tati isisu tawakuita production, tawakuita value addition, kuti nyika yekwedu ibudirire, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, we commend you once more, your government, for facilitating the safe, dignified repatriation of our colleagues from South Africa. As a sector, we are ready to absorb and integrate them into our production hubs, value chains, and our chamber structures to ensure that their talents are instantly deployed to build our motherland in Zimbabwe. Your Excellency, sir, while systematic bottlenecks such as limited access to finance and inadequate workspace have traditionally slowed our growth, the enabling environment created by your government has allowed us to engineer a practical working solution. Atikogari your Excellency, Machipa Police, Tawakuto Shadabasa. We've done that through our flagship SME infrastructure model. Ma SMEs the Mariawo yoshka 5 million. Ma local authority takatipa land. Tikawaka SME accommodate 5,000 people who are now formalized or contributing to the fiscal. To scale this proven government-aligned blueprint nationwide, we respectively request your executive intervention for all local authorities to allocate land to all districts to SMEs. We pledge to you today, Your Excellency, and to the entire nation that we are small today, but we are the big industry and corporates tomorrow. He has given us the policies, he has given us the tools, he has given us your valuable time. The 4 million SMEs of Zimbabwe, we stand firmly with your vision, and we promise you nothing less than absolute economic realization of Vision 2030. Vision 2030, Tashika Baba. I thank you, Excellency. May God bless Zimbabwe. Thank you so much.
Vision 2030 Tatoshika. Thank you very much, Mr. Kura Uone. This Indaba is bringing together micro, small, and medium enterprises, but it is also bringing together cooperatives. At this juncture, I would like to call upon our next speaker, who will be talking about cooperatives and the role that they can play. Chikuru chakabuda ma deliberations anezuro, Your Excellency, was that ma cooperative haasi kwa housing chete. Anoshanda zvakare ma industry, ma sector ose kunyanya agriculture. And elsewhere in the world, cooperatives have been one of the biggest mobilizers of domestic savings and revenue generation. Saka tikutarisira kuti patichauya panapa parikuya next speaker wedu vachatiudza kuti vachazviita seizvozvo in line with your vision of 2030. Ladies and gentlemen, may you please put your hands together for the Zimbabwe Cooperative Federation President, Mr. M. Duru, as he comes up to give us his remarks.
Thank you, Director of Ceremonies. Let me remind the House that the President is a small p. When we call us President of this organization, the P is a small p. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, all protocols observed. It is my great honor and privilege to address you at this inaugural National SMEs and Cooperative Indaba, held under the theme Towards Vision 2030, Building and Enabling Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises and Cooperative Development. The Indaba, Your Excellency, has coincided with our International Cooperative Day celebrations under the theme Cooperatives for a Peaceful World. Your Excellency, as we gather today to celebrate the remarkable achievements by the cooperative sector, it is truly a historic honor that you, Your Excellency, has graced this occasion. Your presence marks a moment of renewed confidence for the cooperative movement. One that is actively rebuilding its brand and credibility after years of negative commentary, both fair and unfair. Your Excellency, the Zimbabwe National Cooperative Federation a sector of 10,800 cooperatives and a total membership of 3,115,000 assures your government through our parent ministry that cooperatives will stand shoulder to shoulder with the government to help deliver an empowered upper middle income economy by 2030. We are immensely encouraged by the excellent response and support we have received. We are energized and we are ready to deliver. Cooperativism is a fair and equitable business model that promotes the democratic distribution of wealth. It is firmly grounded in the core values that promote inclusivity and solidarity, sustainable employment, deep social cohesion, broad-based economic participation, and equality. More importantly, cooperatives are critical pillars of human and sustainable development, peace and security. Cooperative entrepreneurship also drives the devolution agenda, facilitating central coordination with fiercely safeguarding local ownership, decision-making, and grassroots innovation. We wish to express our profound gratitude to you, Your Excellency, and your government for the significant progress made in creating an enabling environment for cooperatives through robust legal and policy frameworks. We are excited to learn that a national policy on cooperative development will be launched today. It's guided by the Cooperative Societies Act, Chapter 25.05. The Federation stands ready to support its seamless implementation once operational. The presence here today of our international partners from across the continent and the sub-region, including Kenya and India, confirms that a vital role cooperatives play in shaping the future of the global economy. Your Excellency, the cooperative movement is unconditionally committed to standing with your government as a steadfast and unwavering partner in your vision to make a lasting positive impact on our country, our continent, and on the world, and at the world level. Nyika inovakwa nevene vayo. Tiri kuivaka President. I thank you.
Thank you very much to Mr. Doru, President of the Zimbabwe Cooperative Federation, with a small p. Inine zuro pana ndichita basa rangu. Minister vakabva vanditi ndini ED, Events Director. Manje handizivi kuti inini yangu ED ma small letter kana kuti ma capital. Handisi kuzoziva ipapo mbozondibatsirawo.
Thank you, thank you. I think I would be the capital ED as well because, you know, Your Excellency, we share a birthday, right? So 15 September.
So India has shown the world that when policy, innovation and entrepreneurship work together, small businesses can become global success stories. As Zimbabwe continues building its own enabling MSME ecosystem, there's much we can learn from our trusted friends. So it is my pleasure today to welcome a policymaker and distinguished representative of the Government of India, the Joint Secretary in the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. Please, Zimbabwe, Vakamchire, in the warmest Zimbabwean way, Ms. Mercy Epao, to share international best practice.
Namaste. Very good afternoon to beautiful, friendly, and warm people of Zimbabwe. It's my first time to be in your country, and I'm totally attracted to the beautiful culture and the warmth that you have shown to us. I bring greetings from India, and very happy to share what India has done for the growth and development of MSMEs. Riding on the protocol, please. Thank you for inviting India to National SME and Cooperatives INDABA to showcase our success stories of MSME. His Excellency, the President of Republic of Zimbabwe, Dr. M. Mnangagwa, with your permission, I want to start my small presentation. I was here yesterday and listening to the many speakers who have been sharing about your strength as well as the challenges that you are facing. And I just want to share in the Ministry of MSME how Government of India is helping, supporting the growth of MSME in our country. If you look at our investment and also the turnover, you will see that we do not count the employment. Although employment generation is a very important part of our MSME, we only take two segment, that is the investment and the machinery that is put in your enterprise, and also the turnover. So I have put that in my slides. I think you can see that. And the overall view of the MSME sector, it's very, very important. So Government of India is giving a lot of focus on the MSMEs. We give 31% of GDP. You are far ahead of us because you are more than 60%, I just heard. So we have to learn that from Zimbabwe. And if you look at the manufacturing output, it is 35%, export almost 50%, and we are the largest employer after agriculture. So if you look at our numbers today, we employ 390 million. And our MSMEs, which were formalized, it's about 90 million today. And if you look at the vision of the MSMEs, like today you are discussing about your Vision 2030, we in India also have a vision called India at 2047 when we become 100 years after independence. So we also have a roadmap of how we are going to develop our MSMEs and our economy. So we consider MSME as the backbone of our Indian economy, the engine of growth and primary catalyst for achieving the Develop India at 2047. So we have divided ourselves into 8 broad segments where we are giving focus on this, formalization and inclusion. Like I said today, we are at 90 million. It is totally digital and you don't have to pay any money. Everybody just on board and it is self-declaration. And so we are trying to formalize all the informal sector to a formal economy. And the second impetus that we give is on access to credit and finance. We give a lot of credit, and yesterday I think I heard what some of the challenges that Zimbabwe is facing. Maybe there are some good practice that you can learn from us. And we also have access to finance. Access to technology is also one of the very important pillars that we empower our MSMEs. And also skilling, industry-ready skilling. And also access to market. Even if your product is very good, unless you have access to market, you cannot. And I think yesterday I also heard about the procurement issues that you are facing. We have some good success stories, and maybe you can learn from us. And we are also promoting digitalization at a great speed, and also the infrastructure support, where we also build the factories, and also we also build the industry estates where MSMEs come, and they don't have to build and they don't have to construct their own. So we also support with infrastructure a great deal. And industry is a state subject for our country. And so we also have a great collaboration between the center, the federal government, and the state provincial government, how we are collaborating so that the ecosystem grows up. Because every province has got its own strength and its own challenges, so we give a free hand to the provincial government, the state government, to draw their own strategic investment plan, and then we support them, we fund those development. Now coming to the formalization, we started in 2023. At that time, the base was around 16.5 million. Today, we are almost at 90 million. And if you look at the profile of the MSMEs, 99% are micro. So micro is very important. We don't have a nano as yet, but we have a great learning because over the years, we have understood how we should handhold the nanos and the micro segment to come up to the small and the small to medium and medium to outside the bracket of MSME, which is 500 crore turnover. So if you look at it, you will find that. And gender distribution, we have to learn from Zimbabwe. And I'm also very impressed as I was interacting with the dignitaries yesterday and today. I see that there is a lot of women leadership here. India must learn from Zimbabwe. So very happy to see that you are ahead of us. And if you look at some of the major schemes and programs that we run, these are the broad ones where we give a lot of emphasis on the credit. I think I'll come straight to that because of the lack of time. If you look at the credit gap, you will find that in 2014, we had only around 104 billion. And today, if you look at it, it is 385 billion credit that we are giving to our MSMEs. So it is year-on-year growth about 22%. And I think that's something you can learn from us. And also, if you look at the credit worthiness, the next slide, you will find that the non-performing assets is going down. That means the MSMEs are growing, and then they also understand how to access credit and grow their business and pay back and get the second tranche and the third tranche, which many of our programs have empowered them. So if you look at 2020, it was at 11%, and 2025, last year, it came down to 3.5%. And credit guarantee to the MSEs, this is also one very important intervention that Government of India gives to the MSMEs. And so here we give coverage without collateral. Women, we are giving them 90%. We are empowering the banks, giving them the confidence that you give credit to the MSMEs. They will repay back. If they don't repay, the government is taking the guarantee. So this is one very important program that we give. And to the women, we give 90% coverage, and to the rest, we give 75%. So the figures are in front of you. So we have done well on this. And as on today, we have given out 14.5 million guarantees amounting to 143 billion USD extended to the MSEs. And so here, if you see, the medium is not included. It is only to the micro and the small. Mediums are good enough to take care of themselves, so government is focusing on the lower two segment. So I think that's a good example that Zimbabwe can also learn from us. Another thing is, apart from credit and finance, we also give support to the MSEs through equity infusion. And so the Government of India in 2021, we have given a 10,000 crore Indian rupee, which is 5.24 billion. And 4 times of that we generate from the marketplace. So a total corpus of one part given by the Government of India as a mother fund, the daughter fund from the market size, we got it. And so it's around 60,000 crore as on today, Indian INR. So you can see from the slides, the USD 4.19 billion. And last year, this year, our budget finance minister also has given additional 2,000 crore. So MSMEs are not only limited by the credit, but they are also having the opportunity to also access the equity funding. And so this is also helping the MSME get out of the MSME bracket and become large companies. So this is also one very good example. I think you can also learn from us. Another thing is on the TREDS, which is trade receivables discounting system. It is totally digital. And so it is now made mandatory to use the TREDS as the transaction settlement platform for all the MSME purchases of the public sector enterprises. And the credit guarantee support mechanism through credit guarantee SME and on TREDS, linking government e-marketplace. We have an e-marketplace, so all the tenders are floated on that portal, and so anybody can come and buy from there. I think procurement, I'll come and speak a little later. So trades receivables are also asset-backed securities. That's also one very good intervention that we have brought. Another thing is MSMEs are small. So when you supply your goods and you do not get the payment on time, you have the danger of closing down your enterprise. So here what we do is we have an online dispute resolution. And we have been telling the MSMEs to come on this. We have done a lot of campaign, awareness creation across the breadth and length of India. And on the online dispute resolution, the MSMEs need not go to the facilitation center. Right with their smartphone, they can upload their grievances and then it is taken care of. So a lot of dispute resolutions get settled, and also it is cost effective and paperless. It preserves business relationships and it is legally enforceable awards. So transforming the access to justice for timely payment and stronger MSME ecosystem. Another very important thing that we look at is technology centers. We have more than this, but I just brought 53. Now, all these technology centers are having a strength of one. Some are general engineering, some are in food processing, some are in leather, some are in pharmaceutical. So we have all these technologies spread across the country with smaller technology center called extension centers. So we are trying to build it and enroll into all our districts, and we also have more on our NSIC, which is National Small Industry Corporation. We have one. And so if we look at that, these centers are giving skill training which is industry ready. Industry 4.0 ready skilled workforce are being done here. We also give a lot of MSMEs molds and dies to create their machines that are required. And we also enable them to come and use those facilities so that they know where to buy and how to bring those technologies so that their products are standardized and also the cost becomes competitive. So this is how we are doing it. And yesterday I learned from His Excellency, my ambassador here, that 17 Indo-Zim technology centers have been already set up. We will go back and see how we can upgrade those with the latest technology. So we will also take up on that, and we will take up with Madam's department. Now, coming to the skilling part. Skilling, a lot of you have been talking about skilling yesterday. So we have several schemes on that. But most important thing is we don't just generally do skilling. We also have a special focus for the marginalized people, because India is 1.4 billion and growing. So our country is so big, and we have marginalized people, and it comprises around 24–25%. And so for them also we have a focused training program so that they can be mainstream in their economic activities. And we also have village industry. We also have traditional arts and craftsmen which are beautiful but yet to see the market. So we have skilling for those things, bringing in the latest tools for them, giving them skilling program, enabling them to onboard on the e-commerce platforms. So these are some of the intervention which we did properly. Another one is National Institute of MSME and NSIC, which is in number 6. If you look at that, we have a program called ITEC, which is run by our MEA, Ministry of External Affairs. We train trainer of trainers from developing countries. A lot of developing countries, and especially Africa continent, has been taking advantage of this training program. So the ambassador and I, we are discussing how we can also bring Zimbabwe officials, government officials, and get trained in NIMSME, and also you can learn our best practices and come back and accordingly do the policies here. So we will also take up on that, sir. And in our training, we also do Industry 4.0, robotics, AI, blockchains, and drones and 3D prints, which are now the in thing. We are now enabling our MSMEs to also use the AI tool. So AI tool is also one of the great modules that we are now extending to the last mile. And if you come to the next one, market access. Market access is very important. And here I just want to tell you that there is a portal called MSME Global Mart. If you can write down that one, you can visit that mart and you can upload your profile. We are going to have country profile also on that portal. So Zimbabwe will have its own profile, and you can also find the matchmaking of Indian MSMEs with them, and you start talking to each other and see how you can also enter my market market, how we can also enter your market through the MSME Global Mart portal. So that's one very important thing. Now we have made it transactional. Earlier it was non-transactional. So I think that's one very important thing that you can also be a part of. Another thing is international cooperation, where we also allow our MSMEs to come and participate in your national level exhibitions. So if you have any good national level exhibition, kindly let us know through my ambassador. We will send our MSMEs and then participate. You can also come and participate in us because we facilitate financially to our MSMEs. Another thing is we want to double our exports. So in that, we also have capacity building for the first-time exporter program. I think these are also some good platforms that you can learn. And we also give online platform. After COVID, as we all know, e-commerce have become very important. So through the team scheme, trade enablement and market, we enable our MSMEs to directly sell like Amazon on the team platform. And so that is also one very good intervention we have done. I think Zimbabwe government also can learn. Coming to the next one, policy procurement enablement. Here we also give 3% mandatory procurement for women, from women MSEs, 4% from the marginalized communities, and 25% mandatory from the MSEs, not the medium, micro and small. And we are giving them preferential treatment in the procurement, public procurement. So I think that is also one very good policy intervention, and many of the PSEs are able to meet that target. And we are also very, very strong on inclusive growth. And when I say inclusive growth, it includes women. But I know you are far ahead of us, so that's one thing I'll be taking the learning from my coming here. And so here we are also giving village industries, women, and the marginalized community. One of the last things that our Honorable PM has pushed through the Ministry of MSME is we consider that there are 18 traditional trades and craftsmen which are the last mile. So we gave them a very focused special program where we are enabling them to come to mainstream economy. And so the PM Vishwakarma, 3 million people are covered, and we have already achieved that, and we are now working towards the second one. So like I said, there are so many good things that you can learn from us. Kindly get in touch with my ambassador, see how we can collaborate better. The MOU is already lying with us, so we will sign that MOU. And we're very happy to partner with Zimbabwe, learn from you. We want our success stories also to be learned by the Zimbabwe people. And we want to have a greater, deeper collaboration, people to people as well. So thank you very much, sir, for inviting us and for making us a part of this Indaba. Thank you.
Ms. Mercy Epao, namaste. Thank you very much. Representing the government of India, I think in the words of one of our ministers sitting on the table here, one of our ministers here would say, Zwaka rongeka.
Indeed.
Zwaka rongeka.
And indeed he is the next speaker.
He is the next speaker. But you know, Farai,
yes,
we must say, Honorable Minister is coming up now, Minister of Finance. No pressure here, sir. But manzwaka. So no pressure.
Government guarantees.
You're coming here to present, so we're just saying, okay? No entrepreneur ever said, you know what I need? More paperwork. No one wants that. So finance is important, but finance alone is not enough. Entrepreneurs also require markets, mentorship, infrastructure, policy certainty, and ecosystem that rewards innovation. So Professor, we welcome you to the stage. Please make your way up. Vakuruwe Mari, Minister of Finance, Economic Development and Investment Promotion in the government of Zimbabwe, Honorable Professor Mutuli Ncube.
Andinasorora maoko mari ibude. Mateps avurwe.
Our very entertaining directors of ceremonies, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe and Commander-in-Chief of Zimbabwe Defense Forces, Comrade Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, all protocols observed. It is a privilege to speak briefly this morning on the ease of doing business, reforms and their practical implications for the enterprises and cooperatives represented in this room today. Let me say that on the onset, government is firmly and eagerly committed to supporting the growth and expansion of micro, small, and medium enterprises in our economy. We regard this MSME sector not as a peripheral concern, but a central pillar of a broad-based, formal, and competitive economy, and one of the surest engines of employment, a value addition, and inclusive prosperity. Everything I will say this morning about the ease of doing business, Your Excellency, flows from that single commitment. I've got some slides for emphasis, so if they will help you follow what I'm saying, that would be wonderful. Let me begin with a very simple observation, Your Excellency. For a large corporation, a large company, the burdensome regulation is a line item on budget compliance. But for a small enterprise or a cooperative, that very same regulation is a barrier to entry. It is the difference between formalizing and remaining informal, between hiring and not hiring, between growing and merely surviving. It is precisely because of this asymmetry that the ease of doing business reforms cannot be treated as an administrative housekeeping exercise. Properly understood, it is an MSME policy in its own right. These reforms rest, of course, on the foundation of macroeconomic stability, and I'm pleased to report that this foundation is now firmer than ever. The economy grew, Your Excellency, at 8.3% in 2025, one of the strongest performances on the African continent. Inflation has been brought down into single digits for the first time in some 3 decades. In fact, the last figure published was 4.7%. This is the June 2026 figure. Let me put this inflation figure in the language of enterprise, because it deserves to be understood as more than a piece of statistic. Single-digit inflation means a cooperative can quote a price today and honor it next month or the month after with no related value loss. It means a small manufacturer can hold stock without watching its value evaporate on the shelf. It means a lender can price a loan over 3 years rather than 3 months. It means that savings, at long last, retain their meaning. Your Excellency, it was your clarion call personally in January 2025 for government to reduce the cost of doing business, eliminate unnecessary regulatory burdens, and enhance the competitiveness of our economy. This is what set this program in motion. I'm pleased to report to this Indaba on the progress made thus far. Cabinet approved reforms across 13 productive sectors. We reviewed unjustifiable and redundant licenses and permits. We have streamlined duplicative and overlapping requirements, consolidating licensing functions under single regulatory authorities, so that an entrepreneur deals with one office where previously they were dealing with several offices. Allow me to illustrate what these reforms mean in practice, sector by sector. In the first tranche of these reforms, we targeted the livestock and dairy license, livestock and dairy, and licensing was simplified, with abattoir licenses streamlined, livestock movement documentation integrated, and redundant dairy and feedstock permits removed to open up agro-processing value chains. In tourism, the separate licenses for hotels, lodges, guest houses, and restaurants were harmonized into a single, simplified approval, with fees cut so that the same activity is priced the same across the country. In transport, driving schools, for example, and instructor fees were reduced, and overlapping road transport permits merged. While in wholesale and retail, municipal shop and business licenses were standardized, and the statutory instrument 41 for what is worth for 2026 was issued, and it implemented 55 of the 72 local authority fees. These were kept, and the variation town by town, city by city was reduced. In the second tranche, energy and power saw the zero license application fee fall from $2,500 to $20. With small solar and hydro generation up to 10 megawatts, that license can be acquired at no cost at all. In telecommunications, portals, short code, and premium number fees were slashed, and tiered data control licensing introduced to match the size of the business. In broadcasting, community radio and license renewal fees, previously among the highest in the region, were benchmarked against our peers and brought down. And in the financial services sector, deposits were kept free of charge for deposits of $100 US dollars and below. Transfer, withdrawal, and payment tariffs were reduced. Securities registration fees halved, and duty relief was extended on banking hardware. In the third and final tranche, construction and real estate saw building plan approval fees kept across all local authorities, and plan submission fees abolished. In health, pharmacy and wholesaler premises licenses were scrapped, and practicing a certificate, a nurse registration, funder registration fees were reduced. In manufacturing, the import license fee was halved. In scrap metal registration and factory licenses, these were cut, while the review was extended to mining so as to bring our small-scale and artisanal miners, who account for more than 70% of gold deliveries, into simpler licensing and bankable markets. Your Excellency and colleagues, government is now undertaking a mopping-up review to identify residual licenses, permits, levies, fees that escaped the first phase, together with those in sectors not covered by the priority program of 13 sectors. I therefore extend an invitation to the delegates in this room. If a requirement burdens your enterprise or your cooperatives and serves not a discernible public purpose, I invite you to alert us. You are a better place than any official to know where the duplication lies and the pain points lie. Alongside this, the government has commenced implementation of the Integrated Provincial Special Economic Zone framework approved by Cabinet, a phased initiative to accelerate industrialization, value addition and beneficiation, and employment creation across all our provinces. And I hope that some of the SMEs will benefit from this initiative. Certainly approach us as government so we can assist you to locate yourselves in these special economic zones. Your Excellency, commitment must be matched by resources. So in the 2026 national budget, The government allocated 1.16 billion ZIG to the Ministry of Women's Affairs, Community, Small and Medium Enterprises Development in direct support to the enterprises and cooperatives gathered here. Beyond the allocation itself, the ministry is capacitating the empowerment of institutions such as Empower Bank, SMEDCO, Zimbabwe Women's Microfinance Bank, and we're working on a recapitalization plan for the Women's Bank to crowd in pension funds as shareholders, and also women entrepreneurs as shareholders. I don't think male shareholders will be allowed to own shares in that bank. Your Excellency, we've gone further. 3 years ago, Your Excellency, you launched the National Venture Fund, which is similar to what India has done, and its job is to provide equity investment into our small to medium scale enterprises. And some of them have begun to benefiting from this National Venture Fund. Your Excellency, our equity funding program will reach its crescendo next Friday, where in Bulawayo we are going to launch the Zimbabwe Small Enterprise Stock Exchange. What the venture fund is able to provide is direct capital into a business without any valuations or trading involved. We're going a step further and going into the full securities and capital markets. And we've decided to launch it, to place it in the building where the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange was established in 1896. In Bulawayo, which is the third oldest stock exchange in Africa after South Africa, Johannesburg, Cairo, and then Zimbabwe. So we want to locate this SME stock exchange right there. To conclude, Your Excellency, I notice that the numbers are moving up. Between March 2025 and March 2026, 1 year, the number of loans extended to the micro, small and medium enterprises rose from 6,702 to 9,637, an increase of more than 40% in a single year. Over the same period, loans to the youth rose from some 88,000 to 103,000, and loans to women from 312,000 to 353,000. These are not abstractions, these are real. Each figure is an enterprise financed, a livelihood supported, a Zimbabwean brought inside the formal economy rather than being left at the margins. Your Excellency and colleagues, I thank you.
We thank you, Honorable Minister, for highlighting the key achievements that your ministry has indeed made in terms of that reform agenda.
Thank you, Professor Mthuli Ncube. Your presentation received much applause. If it was football, you had about 80% possession. And like Messi the other night, your assists, policies and reforms will certainly take Zimbabwe to the finals.
Fantastic.
So behind every successful ministry is an exceptional public service, turning policy into programs and vision into impact. Farai, we're talking about our next speaker now, our host today. I wasn't here yesterday, so maybe if you can just tell us about what yesterday did to bring us here today.
Yesterday was amazing, and I think the minister was here from the beginning right to the end, taking questions. And the questions angasiri avo vakati aya ndichamapindura. A Ministry of ICT, a Ministry of SME, no, because right my SME, industry they'll graduate and become big businesses. Sure. They need ICT. So SMEs are cross-cutting. When I described her yesterday, the term that I used was indefatigable.
Wow, wow.
She is ever running, ever energetic, and even Nasta ona, vachimanya vachinda kumastenzo, vachidi, vachiperekedza, HE, it just shows the zeal and passion that she does have, and we want to thank her for putting together this event and her ministry.
Having invested her life since age 15 to this country, a life of service. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to give a round of applause for two things. We'd like to give a round of applause to our next speaker, but we also want to give a round of applause to the team that works with her in the ministry. Because honestly, keeping up with Minister Monica Mtrangwaka is high-level military stuff. So our host today, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our minister in the Ministry of Women's Affairs, Community, Small and Medium Enterprises, Senator Monica Mtrangwa.
Thank you, our directors of ceremonies, Your Excellency. Yes, we call them EDs, event directors. We thank you for the work you have been doing from yesterday to today. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, the Vice President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Honorable General Retired Dr. CGDN Chiwenga. We have here the Chairperson of the ruling party, ZANU-PF, and also the Minister of Defense, Honorable Muchinguri Kashiri. We also have here the President of Senate, and also the leader of women in the ruling party, Honorable Mebo Chinomona. We do have a lot of members of the Politburo of the ruling party. We thank you sincerely for coming. Honorable ministers who have been here, and also let me, as instructed, ride on the protocols already established. Your Excellency, sir, it is my singular honor and privilege to welcome you warmly and all the distinguished guests to this historic inaugural National MSMEs and Cooperatives Indaba. Your Excellency, when you gave me the job, as I was crisscrossing the 10 provinces of the country, meeting your people, the pressure of them wanting to meet with you, I couldn't contain it. And I'm so happy that you are here. Certainly, your presence today, Your Excellency, is a testament of the Second Republic's unwavering commitment to empowering micro, small, and medium enterprises and cooperatives as critical drivers of inclusive economic growth, industrialization, and sustainable development. I also want to extend a warm welcome to our development partners, captains of industry, financial institutions, cooperative leaders, entrepreneurs, and all delegates, and without forgetting our international delegate who have come all the way from India, and I think shared wonderful. We have a lot of takeaways. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, just to let you know that as your ministry, we tried on our own with my 2 deputy ministers, my permanent secretary and staff, but we received a lot of support from this industry. This was not easy. All these people, vanokudai chef, vauya vega pana transport yetakapa. This has been 2 days. Atina watakapa pekugara pekurara vatsvagira vega. Vana venyu vari kushanda nesimba kuti Vision 2030 igosvikwa nekukurumidza. Your Excellency, on behalf of the SMEs and cooperative sector, and on my own behalf in the ministry, we wish to extend our deepest gratitude to you for giving us this opportunity to interact with you and for you to witness firsthand the immense work that the sector is doing. Zimbabwe's economic transformation cannot be complete without SMEs and cooperatives. Your Excellency, sir, through your visionary and steadfast leadership in galvanizing the collective energies of all Zimbabweans towards the realization of Vision 2030, the hardworking entrepreneurs and cooperative members continue to thrive. They continue to create more jobs. They are generating more income and stimulating local economic development. SMEs and cooperatives continue to grow, and collectively they account for over 60% of the gross domestic product. They are the small-scale farmers who produce the bulk of our agricultural output. I saw Minister Masuka here and he said, I'm the first SME. And Your Excellency, 70% of Zimbabwe's over 145,000 tobacco farmers are all SMEs. They are also small-scale miners, contributing significantly to national mineral production. And we had Deputy Minister of Mines and Minerals Development yesterday talking to the small-scale miners and coming up with incentives to make sure that they continue to bring more than the 65% of gold output which they are doing at the moment. This is all happening because of Your Excellency, your bold vision to formalize small-scale miners. We thank you sincerely for that. Your Excellency, sir, every city, every town, and every business center in the country is bustling with small businesses, transforming local raw materials into finished products, trading, also connecting producers to markets, contractors constructing houses, mawaona, even women in construction, mawaona, vari kuvaka dzimba, tikafamba tichienda kana kumaruwa, tikuona zviri kuitika. It's through your bold vision, Your Excellency. We, the entrepreneurs who are gathered here in this auditorium, they represent millions of hard-working Zimbabweans in every province, in every district, in every ward. And this is happening across all your 10 provinces in the country. They have embraced your enduring call, and which says, Nyika inovakwa nevene vayo. A country is built by its own citizens. That mantra, Your Excellency, as we crisscross the country, we have staff all the way to the 1,935 wards, and we see Zimbabweans, they have been so inspired by that mantra. Every Zimbabwean is asking themselves, what is that I can do to build my own country? It is therefore befitting that we gather today to celebrate SMEs and cooperatives' contribution to national development, while at the same time reaffirming our collective commitment to building an enabling ecosystem that allows the sector to thrive and expand its contribution towards the attainment of Vision 2030. Your Excellency, under your visionary leadership, the Second Republic has consistently demonstrated its unwavering commitment to empowering the strategic sector. Your decision to equip the ministry with dedicated business and cooperative development officers across the country's districts has significantly strengthened government's institutional capacity to nurture entrepreneurship. Vana venyu vamakatipa ministry, Your Excellency, vanobva national vachienda province, vachienda district, vachisvika pamawards, vari kuita kuti pashaya anosara. Tinoda kuti vanhu venyu vanodreama vanzwa zvamataura mantra yenyu, tivadzidzise kuti dream yako iyoyo, how can it become a reality? And this is what we are doing. The officers are being trained together with private sector continuously because we want them to know a lot more digital skills, how to keep records, or business entrepreneurial skills. We want them to teach our people e-commerce using their phones. How can they do banking using their phones? These are some of the issues which we are doing. Leveraging the ministry structure, which is decentralized, it is easy then to reach millions of entrepreneurs. We reach them with programs that improve access to finance, improve access to markets, business skills, workspace infrastructure, and technology. Many of today's award recipients and graduating enterprises are living testimonies of the positive impact of these interventions. Some of them, Your Excellency, started as micro enterprises, but through determination, access to government support and strategic partnerships, they've grown into sustainable businesses that are creating employment and contributing meaningfully to national development. Your Excellency, today's awards, which you are going to preside over in graduation ceremony, is more than a recognition of individual excellency. It is a celebration of resilience, a celebration of innovation and enterprise. It demonstrates that with appropriate policies, strategic partnerships, and an enabling business environment, SMEs and cooperatives can grow into competitive enterprises capable of driving industrialization, which you are talking about, Your Excellency. The Vision 2030 will be achieved even earlier than 2030. Your Excellency, allow me to sincerely acknowledge our valued development partners, financial institutions. Pane vamwe vatotaura kuti next year taakuita indeyekutanga. Pane bhengi handichatauri zvangu pamberi pano, Your Excellency, rakashanda nesu very closely, and vabva vatipromisa kuti taakuzviita gore negore, vakati ndo vachabhadhara zvakawanda. Your Excellency, the coming on board of private sector is just not happening. The coming on board of commercial banks is just not happening. It's because you've created that environment where businesses feel that we need to move together as a country. So we are happy as we move into value addition, export readiness, and also continue looking for market access. We have learned a lot from our speaker, from the Minister of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises from India. These people, we have been working with them for a very long time, Your Excellency. Even the establishment of the Zimbabwe Women Microfinance Bank, this is where we learned about it, and they helped us to make sure that Zimbabwe establishes one. We always want to thank you, Your Excellency. These Women Microfinance Bank, they've been established in other countries, but they have folded. But because of the support you give us, we say never ever will this bank fold, despite all the challenges. Yes, yesterday, it was really good. Your ministers were here. They talked about the digital transformation. The Minister of Industry and Commerce, Mangaliso Ndlovu, spoke about the importance of SMEs and cooperatives as they feed into cooperatives. We are also embracing cooperatives, and we want to expand. We want to make sure that there's no one left behind. That's what the President says, women, youth, and persons with disabilities. We are also making sure that we move with academia, Your Excellency. What we do, we want to make sure that there's research done. For innovation, you came up with the Heritage-Based Education 5.0, and that was a game changer. Our universities have become engines of economic development. And as such, if we are going to achieve rural industrialization, we want to continue moving with the universities. We are very grateful, even as a ministry, the support we get from the First Lady in terms of making sure that our people always admire who they are, Ubuntu. And this is actually going far in making our Zimbabweans proud of who they are. Allow me now to turn to the principal task which has been assigned to me today. And this is to introduce our distinguished guest of honor. Our guest of honor, ladies and gentlemen, requires no introduction. He is the champion of Zimbabwe's economic transformation, and he is the architect of the Second Republic's bold developmental agenda. Under his leadership, our nation continues to pursue policies that promote industrialization, value addition, infrastructure development, food security. We know now we are food secure as a country. It just doesn't happen. Investment promotion and private sector-led growth. Through his policies, Zimbabwe now stands among those countries recording the highest economic growth rates in the world. And our Minister of Finance and Economic Development has been telling us we are almost number 2 in Africa. Am I right, Minister Mutuli? After Ethiopia. Please, a round of applause to our president, what he's doing. The highest economic growth rates in the world, with 2025 witnessing a record of 8.5% growth rate. His unwavering commitment to empowering women, mangonzwa mega vekuindia vachitaura. Ngatitendei madzimai, ngatitendei president wedu. Yes, it just doesn't happen. We have got a thought leader in the issues of gender equality and women empowerment, and for that, Your Excellency, as women of Zimbabwe, we are very grateful. Your unwavering commitment to empowering women, youth, MSMEs, and cooperatives has created this whole. It is through that bold vision. Creating opportunities for ordinary Zimbabweans to actively participate in the national development of their country. Your vision, his vision, continues to inspire confidence that Zimbabwe remains firmly on course towards achieving Vision 2030 of becoming an upper middle income society by 2030. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest of honor is none other than His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, the head of state and government, and Commander-in-Chief of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces, Dr. Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. Your Excellency, sir, it is my privilege.
Pray, be seated. Our Director of Ceremonies, the Vice President, Honorable General Retired Dr. C. Gideon Chwenga, in absentia, Vice President, Colonel Retired Dr. K. C.D. Moadi, our National Chairman of ZANU-PF and the Minister of Defense, Honorable O.C.Z. Mchinguri Kashiri, the Minister of State for Harare Metropolitan Province, Honorable Charles Tavengwa, Minister of Women Affairs, Community, Small and Medium Enterprises, Development, Honorable Mutsangwa Monica. Honorable Ministers, Deputy Ministers who are here, the Chief Secretary, the President and Cabinet, Dr. Martin Shwaya, senior government officials, members of the Diplomatic Corps, representatives of micro, small, and medium enterprises and cooperatives, captains of industry and commerce, and representatives of financial institutions who are here, development partners, comrades, and friends. It gives me pleasure to address the historic inaugural National Micro, Small, and Medium Enterprises and Cooperatives Indaba, convened under the theme and the court towards Vision 2030, building and enabling micro, small, and medium enterprises and cooperatives ecosystem, end of quote. At the onset, may I commend the Ministry of Women Affairs, Community, Small, and Medium Enterprises Development for organizing this impressive gathering. Congratulations. The coming together of stakeholders in this sector, we include the private sector, financial institutions, development partners, and the academia, along with you, our entrepreneurs in micro, small, and medium enterprises and cooperatives from across our country and beyond, deserves praise. Well done, well done. This endeavor dovetails with the thrust of my administration, which emphasizes dialogue and the whole of government and society approach. Our collective quest is to realize sustainable development and prosperity that leaves no one and no place behind. I was extremely pleased by the briefing which I received from the Honorable Minister, Comrade Mutsangwa, who highlighted the various panel discussions you have held during this endeavor. Congratulations again. The carefully selected topics and the panel discussions are reflective of the shared determination to strengthen the enabling ecosystem and doing business environment. This is critically important to ensure that the micro, small, and medium enterprises sector thrives and increases its impact on the economy. More so, that you here gathered are part of the strategic players that have helped the Second Republic realize unprecedented economic growth and social transformation. My administration, therefore, recognizes and salutes the role you play in driving entrepreneurship, innovation, industrialization, employment creation, and inclusive economic growth. Nokutendai, siyalibonga. Well done, well done, well done. As one united people under one national flag, from Plum Tree to Mtare, by the bridge to Shirundu, let us continue to build our motherland, Zimbabwe, in line with our development philosophy, nyika inovakwa, inotongwa, igonamatigwa nei. Hallelujah, Jehovah Zimbabwe. Comrades, a vibrant and a thriving micro, small and medium enterprises and cooperative sector remains essential for the attainment of Vision 2030 and the goals set out in the National Development Strategy number 2. Undoubtedly, this sector is no longer peripheral to our economy. It is now one of the principal pillars. Statistics show that SMEs contribute over 60% of Zimbabwe's gross domestic product and provides employment to millions of our people. Again, congratulations. Enterprises in this sector are making significant contributions to drive the local content policy and import substitution through the production of high-quality products. I can personally attest to this following my tour of the remarkable exhibitions mounted at the sidelines of this Indaba. Again, I say well done, our people. Evidence is all around us that the micro, small, and medium enterprises and the cooperatives are evolving, sustaining livelihoods, and ensuring continuity in the supply of essential goods and services. As we move towards Vision 2030, I challenge the sector to now shift focus to enter new markets and develop niche products in emerging economic spaces, including in technology-driven enterprises. In agriculture, my government stands ready to scale up support for the growth of enterprises engaged in value addition, processing, packaging, and marketing of agricultural products. In this regard, rural communities should not be mere producers of raw materials. Across all our provinces, communities, and small and medium enterprises must be organized to take advantage of opportunities in areas such as processing of oils, milk and milk products, tobacco, leather and leather products, as well as in horticulture value chains. With regards to the mining sector, I recognize the tremendous work being done by our small-scale miners. The sub-sector has emerged as the backbone of Zimbabwe's gold industry, contributing approximately 65% of national gold output. Congratulations. Going forward, I urge our small businesses in the mining sector to gradually move beyond the extraction of minerals towards beneficiation, processing, and participation in the higher value segments of the mining value chain. The manufacturing sector provides immense opportunities which cut across various key industries. I therefore call upon our entrepreneurs and cooperatives to position themselves by establishing foundries, fabrication workshops, engineering support services, component manufacturing enterprises, and other downstream industries that have linkages with these strategic sectors. As participation in the economy by our micro, small, and medium enterprises and cooperatives expands, responsible and sustainable business practices must remain a priority. Matters related to long-term environmental sustainability, occupational health, and safety standards, along with other applicable bylaws, should be strictly adhered to. The responsibility to utilize our God-given resources as well as our shared living and working spaces in a manner that allows for preservation for future generations is on us all. My dear brothers and sisters, it is commendable that the ministry responsible for micro, small, and medium enterprises and cooperatives has initiated the processes to review acts that govern both SMEs and cooperatives. The National Cooperatives Development Policy, being unveiled today, provides a comprehensive framework for the growth, modernization, and strengthening of the cooperative sector in our country, Zimbabwe. Under the Financial Inclusion Strategy number 2, financing mechanisms to support enterprises' growth through access to affordable finance will be consolidated. I applaud the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe and the private financial institutions for the innovative financing mechanisms and financial inclusion initiatives that continue to expand access to capital for micro, small, and medium enterprises and cooperatives. I also thank the financial services sector for attending this important endeavor to share their views, products, policies that affect SMEs. This spirit of dialogue and engagement is in sync with the ethos and the work culture of the Second Republic. As we accelerate socio-economic growth, commerce, industry, and business should not stay in their high towers. You should come down to the grassroots level to be with the people so that you can better relate to their needs and aspirations for the purpose of developing appropriate products, services, and business strategies for them. Large corporates that are supporting local enterprises development through subcontracting and supplier development programs are also commended. Government empowerment institutions such as the Small and Medium Enterprises Development Corporation, the Zimbabwe Women Microfinance Bank, Empower Bank, will continue to be recapitalized to expand their capacity. The National Industrialization Fund, the National Venture Capital Company of Zimbabwe, and the recently launched Zimbabwe Entrepreneurship Exchange are some of the new innovations being rolled out by my administration towards enhancing financial inclusion for this ever-growing sector. The savings and the credit cooperative societies have over time proved to be important vehicles for mobilizing domestic savings and financing productive activities at the macro and household level. The importance of coordinating this segment to reduce associated risks is an area which the responsible ministry must be seized with. My dear brothers and sisters, distinguished guests, the fourth industrial revolution and advent of artificial intelligence is transforming the way we do business. Government will continue to promote digital transformation initiatives and support capacity building programs that equip enterprises with the skills necessary to succeed in this rapidly evolving business environment. Supporting export readiness and external markets participation by micro, small, and medium enterprises and cooperatives is key. In line with our national export development strategy, I urge our entrepreneurs to look beyond domestic markets to regional and continental markets under the African Continental Free Trade Area. Government continues to invest in strategic infrastructure, which will in turn facilitate increased participation in domestic, regional, and international trade. Upgrades and expansion of energy generation capacity, road networks, the rail transport system, airports, border posts, and the dry ports are ongoing. These are set to improve connectivity, reduce the cost of doing business, and strengthen Zimbabwe's position as a regional trade and logistics hub for Southern Africa. Meanwhile, government has prioritized the development of modern, safe, and dignified workspaces for traders, manufacturers, and service providers, which are essential for enterprise growth. Progress has been recorded through projects such as the modernization of Mbare Musika and the development of markets in Bulawayo, Gwanda, Masvingo, Gweru, Chirundu, and Chivu, among many others. Land remains a critical productive asset, particularly for women entrepreneurs, cooperatives, and agro-based enterprises. I therefore call upon local authorities and relevant institutions to deliberately allocate land for enterprise development, including the construction of SME workspaces, industrial clusters, agro-processing facilities, and cooperative business centers. To date, I also commend the innovative public-private partnership models being implemented by local authorities, the private sector, and the pension funds. This has resulted in the establishment of SME centers, which stand out as shining examples of the benefits of win-win partnerships. Beyond infrastructure, the financing sustainable enterprise growth requires knowledge, skills, and entrepreneurial competency. It is for this reason that government continues to invest in entrepreneurship development, business management, training, and financial literacy programs across the country. In line with the heritage-based education 5.0 model, I call for closer collaboration between our institutions of higher learning and our micro and small medium enterprises and cooperatives. My dear countrymen and women, ladies and gentlemen, formalization remains a critical national priority. Hence, government has embarked on a comprehensive regulatory reform program aimed at easing the cost of doing business and slashing compliance burdens. In return, I urge entrepreneurs to embrace formalization and become active participants in building stronger and a more prosperous Zimbabwe. Ultimately, enterprises must graduate from micro, small to medium, and the medium to large-scale enterprises through a hard but honest work. Ingenuity, innovation, focus, and a zeal. There is no limit to what can be achieved by you, our SMEs and cooperatives. Comrades and friends, ladies and gentlemen, the presidential awards being presented today recognize the spirit of excellency, innovation, resilience, compliance, and outstanding contribution to national development. To all award recipients, I wish to congratulate you for demonstrating what is possible through hard, honest work, through determination and commitment to excellency. In conclusion, allow me once again to reaffirm my government's assurance to creating an enabling ecosystem that supports enterprise growth, investment, enhances competitiveness, and unlocks opportunities for all Zimbabweans. Together, we are responsible for developing our own country. Takawirana kuti nyika inovakwa, igotongwa, igonamatirwa nei. Hallelujah. Good. With these remarks, it is now my singular honor and privilege to declare the inaugural National Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Cooperatives Indaba officially launched. God bless you all. God bless Zimbabwe. I thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for His Excellency, President Comrade Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa. Thank you for gracing this occasion, for your keynote address. Your Excellency, we have to just let you know that there will be a communique prepared from the Minister's office that will be presented to you, giving you what was discussed and what came out of today. But before we go there, we would like to also present to you the official
policy documents. We have copies here. You will be the first recipient of that policy document, and it will be handed over by the Honorable Minister as we celebrate this event.
So we'd also like you, if you can, to cut open. We do have we have the ribbon that we'd like you to cut, so you can officially launch, quite literally, the document that is going to be handed out. But I think they're discussing what's written there for now. Thank you. For those who can't see, this is the National Cooperative Societies Development Policy, building prosperous cooperative societies for equity and sustainability towards an inclusive economy.
Makorokoto ma MSME ne ma cooperative policy document rave po. Congratulations to the ministry. Congratulations, Honorable Minister, and thank you so much, Your Excellency.
So, Your Excellency, we now get into another part of our program, which is an awards segment. We want to let you know that this whole process has gone, and a lot of thought has gone into everything. And the history behind this is that there are about 556 enterprises graduating from micro to small enterprises. We also have 286 enterprises graduating from small to medium enterprises. So this is what we are focusing on today, which is that second part, which is but today, Your Excellency, you are going to award certificates to those that are graduating from medium to large enterprises.
They are expanding and growing. We would have loved, Your Excellency, for you to recognize and hand over to all of these, but in the interest of time, today we'll only focus on those who have graduated from medium to large. With your indulgence, ask you to come to the front of the stage, just before the stage, in front of the stage, so that our recipients can come forward and receive their awards. If I could get the photographers as well in position so that they can capture this moment. These are the inaugural National Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises and Cooperatives Indaba Awards. These are for businesses graduating from medium to large. Your Excellency, these are the businesses, and they have done this. This graduation is based on the following criteria. They exceed 75 full-time paid employees. They have an annual turnover that exceeds $3 million US, and their gross assets exceed $2 million US, excluding immovable property. We have the pleasure, Your Excellency, of presenting the following to you. INAUGURAL investments, they are in transport and logistics sector, and they hail from Masvingo province. INAUGURAL investments, please come forward very quickly.
Next is Kylesat Investments. They are in the manufacturing sector, coming from Gwanda, Matabeleland South.
Congratulations to Kylesat Investments, Gwanda, in Matabeleland province. Next is Lioness Investments. They are in the energy sector from Uchirezi district, Kumasvingo, Zakare. Congratulations to Lioness Investments, who will now be coming up to get their award.
Our next recipient is Manika Skyview Hotel in the tourism and hospitality industry, hailing from Manicaland province.
Yeah. Coming up now is Manika Skyview Hotel. They are from Manicaland province, Varimu tourism and hospitality. Coming up next is Mwana Group of Companies. They are in engineering, and they hail from Harare Metropolitan Province. As they come forward, that is the MD Namai, munin'ina wangu uye takadzidza tese saka ndikufanira kuti tatora manotsi emubusiness neekumhuri zvekare bhozi ari kufamba namai paside. Well done to Mwana Group and congratulations.
Our next recipient is Polar Plastics Private Limited. They are in the manufacturing sector from Harare.
Next is Siacha Trading Private Limited in the retail sector. They are coming from Gwanda, Matabeleland Province. Nice.
Next is Power Giants. They are in engineering, also from Harare Province.
Takupinda kune vanozvida nezvemucheno, clothing and textile. This is Step in Style Garments. They are from Harare Metropolitan Province. Boys the toners, ndovanoziva zvemucheno. Ndosaka vari kuwana award clothing and textile.
And next is Weto Transport Private Limited. They are in the transport sector from Masvingo.
We will now move on to the cooperatives category. Ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency, did you celebrate our cooperatives?
That's the next segment. Your Excellency, just to recap and remind you that those you just shook hands with, they were exceeding a turnover of US dollars 3 million, over 3 million. That was what their annual turnover was. So we celebrate you all. Congratulations. On to the next sector.
These we recognize are cooperatives demonstrated unwavering adherence to the Cooperative Societies Act. They observe the principles and the highest standards of good governance and statutory compliance. These are the cooperatives, ladies and gentlemen. We are recognizing those who are the winners. This is the special recognition for 2026 Outstanding Cooperative in Agriculture. It goes to Rusitu Dairy Cooperative Society from Chipinge District, Manicaland.
Makorokoto, Makorokoto.
Rusitu Dairy Cooperative, Vava Kuchipinge.
Next, our winner in the special recognition for 2026 Outstanding Cooperative in Savings and Credit. The winner is Municipality Harare Savings and Credit Cooperative Society Limited.
Our winner for the next category, which is special recognition for 2026 Outstanding Cooperatives by persons with disability. The winner is Mushawedu Housing Cooperative Society Limited, Vavako Goromonzi District, Mashonaland East. Goromonzi District, Mashonaland East, Mushawedu Housing Cooperative Society.
Aiwa, Makorokoto, Makorokoto. We love that. Aiwa, vafarirwa, vafarirwa. And our next category is special recognition for 2026 Outstanding Cooperative in Fishing. Our winner is Nyanyani Fishing Cooperative Society Limited from Kariba District, Mashonaland West Province.
Yaikuenda nekupi awadi ndiye fishing kasa ukariba
Can
ndiko
only
chaiko
be
chaiko.
Kariba.
Yeah. Our next category, special recognition for 2026 Outstanding Cooperative in Arts and Crafts. The winner, ladies and gentlemen, is Sina Tankau Arts and Crafts Cooperative Society from Victoria Falls in Matabeleland North Province. Yeah.
Our next category is special recognition for 2026 Outstanding Cooperative in Manufacturing. And the winner is Mukuisi Manufacturing Society Limited from Bare, Harare.
Which one is the next?
And our next category, special recognition for 2026, outstanding cooperative in mining, Macbill Mining Cooperative Society Limited. They are from Matabeleland North Province.
Okay, which one is the next category? Which one is the next category? SMEs and DPO list here. Do you have the list? This is the one? Only
All
number
right.
ones, yeah. All right.
And another recognition for outstanding cooperative in manufacturing is Best Multi-Purpose Cooperative Society Limited from Bare Harare. Mamagai Miriragai. Best Multi-Purpose Cooperative Society Limited, Makorokoto. And last but in no means least, special recognition for 2026 Outstanding Cooperative of the Year. And the winner from Kadoma District in Mashonaland West Province, Mupamombe Housing Cooperative Society Limited.
Congratulations to all our winners in the cooperative sector awards. Which one is that? Same one. Same one? This is the same one.
Okay, it's the same thing.
All right. Just double check.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Tapinda.
Thank you.
SMEs Recognition Awards, Takupinda Mnema, National Micro, Small and Medium. These are the SMEs Recognition Awards, Your Excellency. These are SMEs that have demonstrated exceptional performance, innovation, resilience, and commitments to excellence in their respective business sectors. Let us go straight into the awards. Number one is for special recognition for the most outstanding compliant SME. Our winner is All Colors Hardware Private Limited from Matabeleland North.
Our next category is special recognition for 2026 Outstanding Rural SME, and the winner is Zonke Bonke PBC from Matabeleland South.
Amhlope. We now move on to the special recognition for the Outstanding SME Entrepreneur with Disability. Our winner in this category is Stoneworks Leathercraft from Mashingo.
Our next category, special recognition for 2026 Outstanding SME Exporter. Our winner is Takura PBC from Midlands Province.
Congratulations to Takura. We now move on to the Outstanding SME in Agriculture. And the Honorable Minister, I'm sure, will be taking note of this. Number one, our winner in this category is Nyaga City Enterprises Private Limited, hailing from Mashonaland West. Congratulations, ma'am, Nyaga City.
Our next category, special recognition for 2026 Outstanding SME in Information, Communication and Technology, ICT. The winner is Ideon ICT Private Limited from Matabeleland South Province, Rakare.
Yeah, big time. We now recognize our outstanding SME in mining. The winner in this category is Shadaya Mining from Manicaland Province. Ngatuarore Maoko, Shadaya Mining from Manicaland.
Next category is Outstanding SME in Manufacturing. The winner is Saint Ford Ventures Private Limited from Harare.
Let us now move on to the next category, which is focusing on tourism and hospitality. The special recognition for the SME in tourism and hospitality Well, this is Saintford, the winners of the last one making their way. Ngatuarore maokondwe Saintford we manufacturing batambo dedzera. Taakupa ye tourism and hospitality, our winner in this category, ladies and gentlemen. They are from Mashonaland Central Province, and the winner is Twin Lodges.
Our next category is Outstanding SME in Retail, and the winner is Isheanopa Investment Private Limited from Midlands Province.
The next category is for services. Special recognition for outstanding SME in services. The winner, hailing from Harare Province, is Clarkson Actuaries Private Limited. Actuaries, Clarkson Actuaries are the winners. Gatuarore Maoko, congratulations to Clarkson Actuaries from Harare Province.
Wow, they've come a long way. I remember there was a time when Zimbabwe had one actuary in the whole country some years ago. And our next category is Outstanding SME in Engineering. And the winner is coming from Harare Province, Power Giants Private Limited.
Congratulations, Power Giants. Power Giants. They are making a return to the podium. Power Giants, congratulations to you. As they come up, we move on to the next category, which is the Outstanding Woman-Owned SME. The Outstanding Woman-Owned SME. This award goes to Murambi Villas in Manicaland.
Our next category is the Outstanding Youth-Owned SMEs. Where are the youth today? Muripi Mayuthi. Are you there? I don't know, I'm not sure. And our winner is Imela Milling from Bulawayo. Our next category is Outstanding Women-Owned SME in a male-dominated sector. And the winner in this sector is KB Mining from Mashonaland West. Our next category, and I guess the closer of this particular segment, is the Outstanding SME of the Year. The most outstanding SME of the year. The winner in this is Trade Code Investment from Masvingo Province.
Congratulations to Trade Code. Your Excellency, we are now going to move on to special recognition for provincial We'll now move on to the recognition of provincial SMEs. Your Excellency, these are chambers across the country in all 10 provinces who are working with SMEs, who are driving SME development across the province. Among them, we have provincial chambers that have shown strong performance, innovation, resilience, and commitment through advocacy, enterprise development, and promotion. In Masvingo Province, they get the first prize for the provincial chamber, Masvingo Province Chamber of SMEs. It is led by Mr. Kuraone. He has driven major initiatives to grow, formalize, and improve competitiveness of SMEs in that province. Makorokoto, Mr. Kuraone, please come up and receive that recognition. Yeah, okay. And just to advise you that the first runner-up in this category was Manicaland Province, and the second runner-up was Matabeleland North Province. So congratulations to Masvingo Province.
Congratulations to all the winners, to all the graduates, and everybody we're acknowledging this morning and over the past 2 days as we build toward representing resilience, innovation, jobs created, families supported. All of this represents confidence in Zimbabwe's future.
And these are the last awards that we will now be presenting, Your Excellency. These are for long-standing contribution to the SME sector. Mr. Daniel Chinyemba from Mashonaland Central Province was the first and former president of the Zimbabwe Chamber of SMEs Apex Board since 2002. Would like to recognize Mr. Daniel Chinyemba. If he could please come forward and receive his awards.
And the next winner is Bishop Moses Mwagura. He's from Manicaland Province and is recognized for more than 20 years of leadership and service in advancing Zimbabwe's MSME sector.
Congratulations. Following the bishop is Mr. Lucky Moyo. He is the founding member of the SME Association of Zimbabwe and a respected leader whose contributions have shaped the sector over the last 2 decades. Mr. Lucky Moyo.
Congratulations, Mr. Moyo. Our next winner is Mr. Christine Ngwenya, who is the Vice Chairperson of the Zimbabwe National Chamber of SMEs and Chairperson of the Bulawayo Chamber of SMEs. He has provided exemplary leadership for over 20 years.
Up next is the first female winner of this category. Mrs. Blessing Magenga is a recognized pioneer and contributor to the MSME sector through the establishment of the SME International Expo and the Business Connect newspaper. Congratulations, Blessing Magenga.
Our next winner is Mr. Farai Mutambanengwe, who has founded the SME Association of Zimbabwe as far back as 2012 to enhance competitiveness, sustainability, and growth of startups. And last but in no means least, Mr. Dumisani Ncube is the founder and chairperson of the Bulawayo Upcoming Traders Association and an entrepreneur whose journey really went from street vending to business ownership. We are inspired, sir. Congratulations, Mr. Dumisani Ncube.
I'm taking her with me.
All right. Congratulations to all our winners. Congratulations.
Your Excellency, at this point, we would like to hand over to the Ministry now of Women's Affairs, Community, Small and Medium Enterprises Development. They have a token of appreciation for you, so if the Ministry could come closer and prepare for that handover. Thank you so much.
But as they do that, I think, Your Excellency, you do deserve another round of applause for this work you have done. Handing over all these awards to all these winners, we sincerely thank you, Your Excellency. We will now hand over to the Honorable Minister, who has a token of appreciation and recognition of the great work that you have done in appreciating and recognizing these SMEs. It is a very big job you have done, a very big honor that you have performed. And as you can see, Hansi, we may be small, we may be medium, but treat us in hombe. Ndoma gifts amapiwa amagadzirirwa, Your Excellency. Kwandinosombofamba ndichienda kuma-functions kwamune muri, Your Excellency, munowana ma-gift bags, ma-prizes, ma-awards, nema-thank you asina kumbonyanyokura seamuri kupiwa apa. Saka ma-SME aruti isusu, we are small for now, but we do big things and we are promising to do even bigger things. I'll allow the Honorable Minister to explain to everyone these amazing gifts that have been presented to our guest of honor.
Your Excellency, tinoda kukutendai nenguva yamatiitira zvese zvakanaka kudai. Iye zvinezvi ndoda kuti yave nguva yekuti tikuratidzei zvipo zvipo zvamakapiwa nema-SMEs nema-cooperatives. Iyi chair yamuri kuona yakagadzirwa nespecial leather veZimbabwe Chamber of SMEs vachida kukutendai kubva pasi pemwoyo yavo kuti muri kuti supporta. SG, uyai mutambidze president. Saka ava vamwe vari pe. Mwana wacho ngauye taiti munhu wesa iro bhegi mapiwawo nevamwe. Saka ndichaenda pamberi. Ava ndoeZimbabwe Chamber of SMEs vakagadzirira chair. Ndiri kuona baba vedu vagara very comfortably. Ma-SMEs anokudai zvakanyanya, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, there are women in manufacturing, Your Excellency. Vari kutungamirwa nevana vadiki vechisikana. Just recently vanga vari kuChina vakavari kudzidza kuramba vachiita zvakakosha. Iro inonzi chestnut box rakagadzirwa nekambani yautaura. Briefly.
Makadini baba. Tenda. Pamusore. Chest inonzi executive chest. A storage box that was made with 100% teak wood that represents longevity, resilience, and strength inoonekwa neleadership yamunotipa. Yakagadzirwa neplaque. Pamusoro pakaitwa a hand engraver of the emblem ye-lion kumiririra leadership yemukuru wedu, kumiririra uwo mutupo wavo watinorespekta zvikwa. Chinorema, it's 100% teak with 100% leather as well. Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Ndinonzi Rairo Gunguo, President of Zimbabwe Women in Manufacturing, with a small p.
Staff yangu chef mwana uyu wamuri kuona mukomana uyu akadraw, anozvigona zvokudrowa. Akati ndine shungu yekuti ndiratidze chipo changu kuna His Excellency. Ane talent, haana zvakawanda asi zvishoma. Hanzuya. Sorry. Let's
Apapana, it's not AI, it's hand drawn.
Takutoda kupedza veKing's Leather vari kuita zveleather. VeKing's Leather vakagadzira bhegi rababa varipo. Tochingovatambidza hedu kana vasiri pedyo. Ava vanonzi King's Leather ndo vakagadzira bhegi iri kuti baba vaise madocuments president wedu. Hanzi ngavanyore zita vakagadzira bhegi iri so that hapana anozoritora andichataura. The cooperatives, president with a small p, we cooperatives murikupi vaduru muri papo tikupei masvika. Okay, we am taure chamurikupa baba.
Pamusoro, Your Excellency. Ma-cooperatives edu emuZimbabwe akagadzirira baba inonzi molasses lac container. Container yakagadzirwa ine mavhiri pamusoro, tinoivhura kana tavhura toisa molasses mukati tovhara. Mombe tinogona kuisa molasses kana kuisa salt yemombe. Saka padzinenge dzichinanzva vhiri rinenge richitenderera richitonakura richitenderera rakadaro. Hazvisati zvapera, Your Excellency, tine maputigani. Maputigani yedu iko zvino haitinetsi nekuti haiziri yemagetsi. Tinotongoisa marasha chaiwo kana kushandisa gasi. Taakutoita maputi. Tazokutsvagiraiwo grinding mill yekuti muone kuita chigayo kumba.
Ndo ma-cooperatives enyu, Your Excellency, vari kuita basa rakanaka zvikuru. Iye zvino, Your Excellency, vabva Joint Secretary abva kuMinistry yeMicro, Small and Medium Enterprises from India. Vanewo kachipo chavo chavada kupa President. Nesuwo tinawo as a ministry. Yes.
From women.
Yeah.
You can wear it any form of like. Yes. It's women, Thank you.
At the same time, before she goes, we are asking you, Your Excellency, as a ministry, with my 2 deputy ministers, my PEMSEC, and the staff which have been working very hard, and we are very grateful that she came all the way from India. Tinokumbira kuti muapo chipo ichi.
Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, Thank you. Your Excellency, zvipo zvedu, I think ndopa zvaperera, asi ndoda kungoti vanhu vese vari muno kubva nezuro vakaita basa rakanaka zvikuru. Communique iripo, Your Excellency, which I will hand over to you, madzoka henyu pamusoro apo. Vanhu vese mwerengai munzwe zvakataurwa nevanhu zvakabuda muno, the outcomes. Ndinoda kukutendai kubva pasi pemwoyo yedu. Thank you. Todzokera hedu gava.
Ngatirorei guest of honor vedu maoko vachidzokera. We thank you so much, Your Excellency. We thank you and are eternally grateful. Tinokutendai zvikuru. Your Excellency, sekutaurwa kwaitwa na Honorable Minister, the deliberations of the last 2 days are contained in a communique which she will now hand over to you, muzoerenga, and to share with the rest of cabinet. Tizoona kuti basa rema-SME rinofambiswa sei mberi in pursuit of attainment of Vision 2030. That is the communique being handed over by Honorable Minister. Madelegates ese ari pano, zvese zvataitaura tichikurukura mazuva apfuura aya ndo zviri mudocument raakupiwa President kuti vaverenge vagonzwa zvamava muchitaura. Vachazodzoka kwatiri vachitiudza kuti way forward ndeipi kuti tienderere mberi nebasa redu rekusimudzira nyika yeZimbabwe.
Majita. And now we close our formalities with a vote of thanks. We'd like to call up the Deputy Minister of Women Affairs, Community, Small and Medium Enterprises Development, Honorable K. Mutimbanyoka.
Good afternoon, Your Excellency. Permission to propose a vote of thanks. His Excellency is actually in a hurry, so I will just limit my vote of thanks to his office and his office alone. I thank you. Our guest of honor, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Comrade Dr. Edie Mnangagwa. History is not written by vision alone, but by the courage to act upon it. As the saying reminds us, vision without action is merely a dream. Action without vision just passes the time. Vision with action can change the world, end of quote. Today, Zimbabwe has chosen to inscribe a new chapter in its history. It is therefore with immense humility, profound respect, and sincere gratitude that I rise on behalf of the Ministry of Women Affairs, Community, Small and Medium Enterprise Development to deliver this vote of thanks at the conclusion of the official opening ceremony of the inaugural National Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise, MSMEs and Cooperatives Indaba. Your Excellency, Sir, your presence has bestowed great honor upon this inaugural Indaba, and we are deeply grateful that you accepted our invitation to officially open this historic national gathering. Your inspiring keynote address has rekindled our collective ambition and reaffirmed government's unwavering resolve to empower MSMEs and cooperatives as heartbeat of Zimbabwe's economy in pursuit of Vision 2030. We are profoundly indebted for your official launch of the National Cooperative Development Policy, your presentation of the National MSMEs and Cooperatives Award, your presiding over the SMEs graduation ceremony, and your engagement with the exhibition stands and exhibitors. Each of these moments carried a message far greater than the occasion itself, that every dream nurtured today holds the potential to become tomorrow's industry. Above all, we thank you for your steadfast leadership and for your enduring reminder that nyika inovakwa nevenevayo, elizwe lakhiwa ngabanikazi balo. Truly, this philosophy stands the test of time. God bless you, Your Excellency. Say, God bless Zimbabwe. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Minister, for putting the seal and the icing on the cake to mark the end of our proceedings today. I think it has been a fantastic 2 days. Your Excellency, we thank you once again for your unwavering support and your attendance. What remains for me is to make one final announcement. Would the following, our ministers, our deputy ministers, our Politburo members, our portfolio committee members, these are Women Affairs, Community, Small and Medium Enterprises, the Thematic Committee on Gender and Development, and the Thematic Committee on Sustainable Development, the Chief Secretary, Deputy Chief Secretary, permanent secretaries, ministry directorate from the Ministry of Women Affairs, Community, Small and Medium Enterprises, our sponsors, our SMEs and cooperative leadership. If you could kindly join us once our guest of honor has departed, if you could make your way outside into the VIP lounge for a group photo session that will be handled there. However, we will want that to happen once we have released our guest of honor, and it is now my singular honor and pleasure to do so. Your Excellency, we thank you once again. We bid you farewell and hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, Tatenda Siyabonga.
Ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency President Comrade Dr. Edie Mnangagwa, our guest of honor, thank you, Your Excellency, sir, for joining us. Thank you to our Vice President, Colonel Retired C.D.N. Chiwenga, thank you for joining us as well. It's always wonderful.
Good day, my name is Gwazes Tachisio, and we are coming to you live from HICC, where the Ministry of Women Affairs, Community, Small and Medium Enterprises Development is holding the inaugural National SMEs and Cooperatives Indaba. This has brought so many key players in the industry together to chart a way forward on how we can create an enabling environment for small, medium businesses and enterprises. And now I'm going to be joined by the Chief Director in the Ministry of Women Affairs, who's going to tell us about what this whole Indaba is all about. Mr. Gonda, thank you so much for joining us and talking to us. What can you tell us about the Indaba that is currently ongoing?
Thank you very much, Star, for having me on this program. It's a big day for us as a ministry, the Ministry of Women Affairs, Community, Small and Medium Enterprises Development, where we are hosting, as you have said, the inaugural National SMEs and Cooperatives Indaba, running under the theme Towards Vision 2030, building a micro, small and medium enterprises ecosystem for cooperatives and SMEs. Star, this Indaba is bringing together a different stakeholders ranging from government, the private sector, development partners, financiers. We also have academia. We have the SMEs and cooperatives themselves. So today is the first day of the Indaba, of the two-day Indaba, where we've already started on a very high note with our Honorable Minister of Women Affairs, Community, Small and Medium Enterprises Development, Honorable Senator Monica Mchangwa, setting the scene where she took the delegates through what are the objectives of this Indaba and some of the expectations that we have as a ministry after this Indaba. I must say that, Star, that the excitement in the room is very huge. SMEs and cooperatives are participating already. A lot of questions were coming because we started with a ministerial session where we had the Minister of ICT, Honorable Mavetera, presenting. We also have the Minister of Industry and Commerce, Honorable Mangaliso Ndlovu. We also had the Deputy Minister of Mines and Mining Development, Honorable Fred Moyo, also presenting. And the presentations by the ministers generated a lot of interest from the participants, where key questions about how these ministries can really work together with the SME sector so that we can support the development and further growth of this key sector in our country.
But as a ministry, when you came up with this Indaba, it means that you've also noted that there could be issues that are lacking within the micro and small medium enterprises. So what are those issues that you're really hoping that they'll be addressed after this Indaba?
Yes, you are right, Star. You know, when we envisaged this Indaba, the issues that have been coming with the sector, the ministry works closely with the sector. And the sector has been calling for closer collaboration amongst the players in the ecosystem of the SMEs and cooperatives. Be they government, be they development partners, be they cooperatives themselves, SMEs themselves. How can we collaborate and work more closely together so that we have a unified position as a sector? And secondly, Star, the sector is facing some gaps in terms of financing, in terms of workspace, in terms of even business skills, and even governance within the cooperative sectors, governance gaps within the cooperative sector. And then we also have issues of markets and international trade. Those are some of the issues that the sector players have really raised to the ministry that needed attention during this Indaba. So you will see that now, Star, we are moving on with the program. After the ministerial session, we are delving into sectorial panel discussion, where the sectoral players are actually coming in then to speak directly to the ministers and everyone in the room to say, these are some of the issues as they observe them from where they are operating from. So we are going to have some of the people from the Chamber of SMEs speaking, the Federation of Cooperatives speaking. We also have women-owned business associations speaking, just to make sure that the sectorial issues are then brought to the fore. Thereafter, Star, we are then going to have a dedicated session focusing on market access for SMEs and cooperatives, where we have got speakers coming from far as the Africa Development Bank. We have Zimtrade also coming in. We have got quite interesting speakers, even as some of the speakers, the SMEs themselves are coming. Some of the SMEs that are exporting, they are coming in to share also their experience to what they are doing really to what has made them to succeed as exporters, and what they can do even to do even better. So it's quite an exciting moment for us, Star, and it's going on very well so far.
Thank you so much. But maybe for those who didn't manage to come here and they're actually part of the industry, what would you like to say to them? Talk to our viewers.
From this Indaba Star, what we intend to do is we are going to come up with very clear resolutions, with a very clear implementation plan on how these resolutions can be implemented. And as we implement these resolutions, we are saying that it is not only government that should implement these resolutions, but this is a whole of society approach where the government, the private sector, the SME players themselves, the cooperatives themselves should be part of the implementation of the resolutions of this Indaba. So we are saying that those that are not here, please link with us as a ministry. We are one of the most decentralized ministries, where we have officers starting from head office in Harare to all the 10 provincial offices. We also have officers at district level. We even go down to ward level. So we are saying link up with our officers so that we can see what programs we can bring to you. If you say government will come to us, we don't know everything. So we are saying, if you come to us, we are ready to serve you as a government that is serving its people. So come to us, we work with you, and if you have we don't have all the solutions, but we are prepared to listen and work with you so that we can collectively work together to see how we can then address some of the challenges or even assist you take advantage of the opportunities that are in the market. That's why the ministry is there. We've got business development officers in every district of the country who are ready to give advisory services, ready to support you, to work with you, to help you formalize your businesses. So start the ministries are happy, the offices of the ministries are open. We are saying we are welcome, come through, we work together.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kone, for joining us. I'm pretty sure that we are going to be chatting with you later on if we do have more further questions. But for now, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you very much, Star. It has been a pleasure being on this program. Thank you very much.
Well, we were talking to the Chief Director in the ministry, and as we continue, we're also going to interact with the industry players and hear how financial inclusion can also be a key issue in this endeavor. See you soon. Now joining me on the platform is one of the key sponsors, or rather should I say the official sponsor of this Indaba, the ZB executive. I'm going to be talking to Patrick Masego, who's going to tell us more about what their role is in enabling a better or a conducive environment for the SMEs. Patrick, hi, and thank you so much for joining us and talking to us. How are you doing?
I'm very well. Thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you for talking to us. Well, Patrick, can you tell us about your role as a bank? What role do you play in enabling a better environment for these SMEs?
Okay, so outside of the obvious role that we play as banks in terms of advancing loans and lending to the SME sector and to all the players within, the economy, we offer bank accounts, we often pretty much all the things that the standard services that the financial services would offer. I think we've now decided to go over and above that because I'm sure most of our listeners and our viewers would know what the banks do and of course maybe even have questions whether the support is enough, and that's some of the things that we're now looking into to then say how can we not go to the grassroots and this is offering micro services to people in these industries as well. So we do have a microfinance institution as well that then offers loans and financial services to people that would not be able to ordinarily access them from the traditional banks as we know them. So that's the step lower that we have now taken also to then advance those facilities. But we also have within our setup what we call an innovation hub, that we are also now bringing micro businesses to then incubate them and help them grow as they offer services to us as corporate and to other people outside of the services that we then get to offer as a financial services institution. So we are bringing in people that can offer businesses to other corporates, but because of who we are and the brand that we carry, it becomes easier to then say that they're incubates within our financial system, and then when we then go hand in glove with them to other corporates, it becomes more palatable and acceptable to then have them pitch their ideas, offer their services to these players, and then have them accepted, knowing that they've got a bigger brand behind them that is walking with them along the way.
So part of the conversation that actually knocked my mind earlier on was when Minister Mangaliso Ndlovu, the Minister of Industry and Commerce, spoke about the linkages between small and medium businesses with the corporates, which means there is a gap there. Maybe from your perspective, what gap do you think is there and how best can you bridge it?
I think some of the major challenges that we find are basically that the micro businesses and the small businesses offer services that they can give to corporate. But it's the procurement procedures that we have in corporate that seem to be a challenge for the smaller businesses. You know, would require so much in terms of the documentation, their financials, would require to know the quality of the service or the product that they're offering. And all these then become challenges to the smaller businesses because would then prefer naturally to work with more established suppliers. But like I indicated earlier, it's now to then say that if these are the majority of the businesses that we have within the economy, how can we then as corporate begin to review, you know, our standards rather, not lower them, but review them to then say that if we are going to empower the local SMEs at the lower levels, how can we then begin to then say this is what we can look for in a business of that nature? Work with these businesses to help them improve their quality and their standards so that they can suit corporate and begin to operate at the level that we then require. But this requires a deliberate mindset, a deliberate change in mindset to then say we are going to look at that and we're going to work with this local supplier to a level that they can begin to supply at the level that we then require. And I think that these are some of the interventions that we now may need to begin to take so that we kind of level the playing field when the SMEs themselves are now trying to filter into corporate. But also, I think it's also important to then realize that the corporate space itself is not big enough to accommodate all of the SME spaces. So amongst the SMEs themselves, there's need to then say that if I'm operating in the SME space, how do I then acquire either my raw materials, input services from other SMEs within the space? So it's not only about competing with one another, but then seeing how we complement each other's services so that even if the SMEs themselves come together and form a bigger company or form an association that can then begin to supply bigger industries, that becomes one of the ways that we can then help grow the space.
Thank you so much. And speaking of how SMEs should then interact with each other, how do you feel as though this INDABA is going to enable that?
To enable the collaboration between SMEs themselves. I think that's not really on the SMEs because the government has brought or rather convened us in this space and gave us a platform that we can now begin to network amongst ourselves and then understand what the various industries that we're operating in. So I think there's going to be opportunity for the SMEs themselves to interact with the government players. There's going to be opportunity for the SMEs to interact amongst themselves. There's going to be various opportunities for them to also interact with the financial services providers. And I think that's very key. So depending on the confidence that they may have as individuals, the confidence that they may have in themselves and their businesses, it's a very great platform for them to then pitch their ideas and then see how they can then get their interests taken into consideration.
Well, and as we close, what word would you want to leave to some of the viewers who were not able to attend this forum? What is it that you think is key for them to know?
I think one of the important things is that they don't have to be here physically. We've got platforms such as this that can get the message out there to them to then also, participate on virtual platforms where they can be part of these conversations that are happening. But I think the key thing is to then understand the role that they are playing within the larger economy and not belittle the services or the products that they offer. Because, if you always, yes, we call them micro, small and medium enterprises only because of the sizes maybe of the employees and their turnover and all these things. But in terms of the impact that they have in the economies, these are very significant. And when people begin to see that the impact goes beyond the size and the naming that they have been given, people can then begin to take these things more seriously. I've always said that, if the business that you're doing is paying the school fees, keeping a roof over your head, putting clothes on your back, then by no means think of it as small, because that's what we need for sustenance.
Thank you so much for joining us, and we wish you fruitful deliberations as you go back in there.
Thank you so much for having me.
The SMEs Indaba has brought so many key players within the industry from all walks of life. And now we are going to be talking to uMaZulu, Faith Zulu from Matabeleland South. Sizakhuluma laye esitshele ukuthi kuyini okumlethe lapha njalo ukhangelela ukuthi uhulumende engamncedisa njani ukubana aphumelele kubhizinisi alenzayo. MaZulu, linjani mama?
Ngiyaphila linjani?
Ngiyaphila. Sicela lisitshele ukuthi kuyini okulenze laba lapha ngelanga lanamhlanje.
Okusenza saba lapha ukubuya kuIndaba for business. Ngibuye kuzomela iMart South Province. I'm the chairperson of iMart South Province. Ngizomela osomabhizimusi, then I'm the president again for nationally osomabhizimusi.
Yiziphi inhlupho elihlangana lazo malikhangele especially eMart South elifila ukuba ihulumende engalincedisa ukubana li-address those issues that you are facing?
Inhlupho esihlangana lazo njengeMart South i-capital ukuboosta ama-businesses ethu, then sometimes aba le-challenge according to like izimra company abanye bethu osomabhizimusi bemakhaya abenelisa ukuzwisisa ukuthi kumele ba-subscribe njani bayenze njani. So sifisa ukuthi laba bezimra ma befika eMart South abantwini abahlala in rural okungekho ema-rural baba-explainele kuhle kungabi le-harassment to abantu beMart South.
Siyabonga kakhulu, but lenelisile yini ukuthi imibuzo le eminye yangikhona liyibuze phambi kwama-ministers wonke kade khona erepresenta inhlangothi ezitshiyatshiyeneyo?
Yes, yenelisile.
Siyabonga kakhulu mama ngokukhuluma lathi.
Siyabonga.
Well, we have just been talking to uMaZulu, who's told us about some of the issues that they're facing in Matabeleland South, especially regarding Zimra and also regarding financial access, as it were. And those are the questions that we're also going to be throwing to the minister. Unfortunately, Minister Mangaliso Ndlovu has since left, but we are going to be asking the Minister of Women Affairs how government is going to be addressing some of those issues. Well, we all know the role that agriculture plays in Zimbabwe's economy, and also as we continue talking about national development and empowerment, there is the word that keeps on being thrown in, which is value addition. And now the person that we're talking to, Tafadzo Daka, works for one of those companies that are actually spearheading value addition, and now we get to understand the process or what they are doing in that venture. Tafadzo, thank you so much for talking to us. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
How are you? Maybe if you can tell us about what Valley Sharks Agriculture really does in terms of their primary objectives and the value addition.
So Valley Sharks Agriculture is a project spearheaded by the Ministry of Women Affairs under the Vision NDS2 strategy. So we mainly deal with value addition. We discovered that the Honde Valley community exists of banana farmers. So the Ministry of Women Affairs actually organized a certain particular program that actually spearheads farmers into cooperatives, which are called primary cooperatives. These cooperatives, they then joined together to form what we call a union. So under the union, there are 47 primary cooperatives. That is an average number of 20 farmers per each cooperatives, and a total number of about 1,000 farmers in that particular union. So we do have a processing plant there. It's actually in the national development budget. We also focus into value addition of making banana chips. That's what we do, and further expand into banana flour in the long term.
Okay, maybe if you can tell us more about the products that you have so far in terms of value addition. How then do you penetrate the market, and how has the market been in terms of the receptiveness of these products?
So we do have 5 variants of banana chips. We make them down there now. We have a processing plant there. We produce about 4 tons of banana chips. That's our machine capacity. So we are looking to look for a reliable distribution channel. We are currently in progress in looking for those retailers that actually can distribute these products. So we haven't launched these products. As I'm speaking to you, this is the first outcome that we have. So we have this product in 5 variants. We have the chicken flavor, we have the barbecue, we have the spicy chili, we have the cheese. We also have the natural one, which is the salt flavor.
Are there any challenges that you've met so far, or is there anything that you particularly want the government to assist you with, or some of the SMEs to actually collaborate with in order to ensure that there is success in the development of this business?
Yeah, we're actually calling all retailers to actually come and partner with us in terms of the distribution strategy of this product, so that people, it's a new product, people don't really know that bananas can be turned into banana chips. So it's a new product in the market. They will love all retailers, big or small, to come and venture with us, so we can actually put this thing out there so people can actually enjoy this product.
And last question is, when can I finally test this product? When can we be expecting it on the market?
This product is actually being launched next week on Friday. That's where the final launch is actually coming through. So we've been to ZRTF before, and we've been to here in Indaba. We're about to launch. We have our launch on Friday next week. So probably from Friday going onwards, you'll be having these in some of the retail outlets, especially in Manicaland and down here in Harare.
Oh, thank you so much, Tafadzwa. Well, as you heard from the man, from next week Friday, be on the lookout, because we're going to be eating banana chips. Be sure to stay tuned. We have so many SMEs lined up for interviews. Hello, we are now joined by Patience. She's a retailer and a wholesaler. But of course, there are challenges that she's witnessing within the business, and this is what we're going to be talking about. Patience Makadi, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm fantastic, thank you.
Yes.
Tokumbira kuti mutiudze kuti chii chaita kuti muuye panapa kuzoatenda Indaba nekuti munoita business rei.
All right. Doing business, Rema, wholesaling and retailing of groceries, then wholesaling and retailing of liquor, then wholesaling and retailing of solar products and furniture. Solar products and furniture. Ndo zvaita kuti ndinge ndiri pano zuva ranhasi. Tisu ma-SMEs anhasi.
Aiwa, tinokuchingamidzai. Tachikumbira kuziva kuti mune madambudziko here amuri kusangana nayo mumabhizimusi aya?
Matambudziko atiri kusangana nawo ndingati nde-financing. Ma-requirements ema-banks kuma-SMEs vazhinji havakwanisi kumita ma-bank standards, because anenge achida collateral security in terms of house with title deeds, and most of them they don't have. So they end up vakuenda kuma, for example, kunana Credit Connect, Money Mart Finance, and many others, of which the interest there and versus the profit margins which are now available. Of course, it's workable, but it's a bit difficult. So financing ndo iri kutadzisa vazhinji kuti vanyatsosimuka vachienda mberi.
So this is a question that you would like to put towards the banking sector. Kuti ingakubatsire sei kuti muwane more favorable conditions ekuti muwane mari.
Exactly.
Oh, that's great. But let's talk about...
At times, for example, you might have the property, but these days, you can register your children, and the children are below 18. you won't be able to use that property to acquire a loan. So it's a challenge to us, the SMEs.
No, I understand that, ma'am. Maybe if you can tell us about the issues, as you said, kuti munoita business rekutengesa both wholesale and retail. Maybe if you can tell us, kuti imimi, is it really conducive? Is the environment really good? Because today not buy local and it, but are we really selling the local products? And even when Zimbabwe, but my products are local. Kanakuti, you are finding yourselves in competition with other countries. What do you have to say, Maringenesho?
No, people are responding positively to the local products. And we are mostly selling the local products. We get sugar from Eules, Chireti. We get delight from Willowton in Mtares, just a stone throw from us. Washing soap, drinks from Coca-Cola, biscuits, Boom Safe from Trade Kings, it's locally. Most of the products are locally from Zimbabwe.
Mama, what would you like to say to some of the viewers, to some of the SMEs that were not able to attend this Indaba here at HICC?
They lost a very good opportunity because I visited the tent outside. I learned a lot. And I also had an opportunity to be at the ZB tent. I didn't know some of the facilities they have, such that when I go back, maybe I'll go and open an account. I'll have to go and open an account there at ZB, so that the financing I was talking about, I think I will get a help from there. And we learn a lot of things from others. Yeah, the mixing and mingling, exchanging contacts, it has helped us. So that maybe next time, probably if it can be done at provincial level, because some won't be able to travel all the way. If it can be done at provincial level, and then maybe finally we come here to Harare.
Thank you so much, Mama. Thank you for joining us. Well, these are some of the suggestions that are coming through that perhaps we can also trickle down to community level, district level, provincial level, and ensure that in each and every person who's in business can actually get an opportunity to partake in such forums like the Indaba that is currently underway at HICC. Well, I'm now going to be joined by Zimbudzi Nathan, who is also into retail and wholesaling. And what we want to hear from him is what are some of the challenges that they're facing in that particular sector, and what is it that they think that government can help them with in order to create a better working environment. Mr. Nathan Zimbudzi, thank you so much for talking to us.
Welcome.
Tell us about the business that you are in, and are there any challenges that you're currently facing that you think that the government or any other authorities can actually assist you with in terms of creating a better working environment?
Okay, thank you. I'm Nathan Zimbudzi, the current CEO for Dana Investments. We are into wholesale and retail of various basic commodities, electricals, liquor. Yeah. So the challenge that we are facing currently is the limited access to affordable finances. And basically what I think should be done is probably if the government can tailor-make the finance credit lines which can be offered to SMEs, which is affordable in terms of repaying. Yeah.
Oh, so the facilities are currently not good enough for the SMEs.
Yeah, the repayment rates are too high for the SMEs. So we are appealing to the government if the repayment fees can be a little bit lower so that we are able to access finances, of course, but then the cost is a bit higher.
No, that's understandable. But are those costs coming from the banking sector specifically, or coming from other players in the banking sector? Perhaps we're talking about loan sharks or small microfinance companies that are giving you unfair rates. Who exactly is responsible for these unfair rates?
I think both the banks and the loan sharks, both the banks are able to control the loan sharks. Or they get their license from the banks. I think the banks can also give them a cap where they should, a ceiling where they should reach in terms of charging their clients.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Nathan. Now, what we are hearing here is that there is need to inform government policy in terms of how small, medium and enterprises actually get loan facilities in order for them not to stifle their business when they pay back those loan facilities. And this is the conversation that we will continue with the minister and, of course, the banking sector, just to understand how they can actually help the SMEs in that regard. I'm joined by Martha Gonye from the services industry, and I would like to hear from her. Martha, hi, how are you? And thank you for talking to us. I would like to hear from you, how beneficial has this program been to you and the business that you're in?
Thank you so much. This program has been an eye-opener, and it's an opportunity for us to know the synergies that we need to engage in. We also need to know how to strategically position ourselves and our brands so that we receive the benefits of this, of the country. We really appreciate the ministry for this program, for this INDABA, because we were also told and we have learned that we need to align ourselves with the policies, because the government will not know who the supplier is if we do not align ourselves closer to the government and to the procurement systems. So we need to align ourselves to be very close to the policies and know exactly what we need to do. We need also to sharpen. We've also learned about the gaps that we thought are there. They are not there. We just need to make ourselves disposable to the opportunities that are available within the country so that we sell ourselves locally and even beyond borders.
Thank you so much, Martha, for talking to us. Well, some of the key aspects that are coming out from some of the participants are that it is important for SMEs to align with the regulatory frameworks and the policies in order for them to advance their businesses. Big Boy Murenga from the Zimbabwe Chamber of SMEs is joining us right now to talk about the environment that the SMEs are operating from. How are you, sir?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I am very well as well.
Wonderful.
Maybe if you can tell us about the operating environment of SMEs from where you are coming from, especially because you are part of a huge organization that oversees SMEs. And also on top of that, do tell us about the challenges that you're facing, if there are any.
Thank you so much. Well, as of now, when we look at the SME sector, I may want to say the SME sector, we have improved so much. We want to thank the Second Republic that the introduction of the Second Republic managed to change a lot of things in the SME sector. What do I mean by that? I mean, we used to face problems in terms of transport. We used to face problems in terms of fuel. We used to face problems in terms of electricity. We used to face problems in terms of hard currents. But all those are things of the past now. we are able to do our business in an environment that it depends with how you are doing it yourself. If you are doing it the best way you can, surely things are going on well. Yes, we may want to say in everything that we do, it's very difficult to say, sure, you can't find a challenge. Challenges are always there. But one thing that we are happy with is that each and every challenge that we are facing, we are able to come to the leadership, tell them from the ministry. We have a minister whom we have, and she's doing her very best to listen to everything that we are going through. And we have a listening president who also tries by all means to reduce the burden from the SME sector. Right now we witnessed some changes in terms of license fees and a lot of other things. Things have gone down from thousands of dollars that we have been paying to almost $50 paying for liquor license or whatever. So you see, we are doing very well. That's why you see, if you travel around small towns, you see there's a lot of development taking place. It has taken place more than what we have witnessed since independence. So what we are saying is, that's a sign. It's an indicator that you can see that things are moving. As of SMEs, yeah, we are saying, yes, we may have challenges in terms of workspace, but the government is doing a lot to say, local authorities allocate workspace to SMEs. And the ministers have been on it, the president has been on it. So, yeah, we may have here and there some few councils which takes time to respond. But otherwise, from that point, you can see we are cruising. We are cruising very well.
You are cruising nicely.
Nicely.
And what can you say has been the impact of this INDABA? There's so many stakeholders, corporates, SMEs from various parts of Zimbabwe.
Yeah, this INDABA is actually, it's the best of its kind. It's the best. We say it is history making because we didn't have such platforms. We want to, you see, we have brought together cooperatives, everyone here, and everyone doing manufacturing, mining. We are able to talk about some of the things or some of the policies that we feel should be looked into and reviewed. So as we are here, we have also learned a lot from the Minister of Mines, new policies coming in, and that networking is very important in the way we do business. And right now, especially from Industry and Commerce, we had a very good presentation from the Minister. And the presentation has opened us up to say, we have a stake within the corporate sector. So we are now going to organize ourselves, get in the corporate sector and say, what is in there for the SMEs, local SMEs and the other SMEs around. So this INDABA was, I don't know how I can say it, but the best that we have ever had. And we want to thank the Minister for organizing this INDABA. It's great. It's great.
And we would like to thank you for talking to us. Well, you heard it for yourself. We are cruising nicely, but just in case you missed it and you're not here at HICC, be sure to watch ZTN Prime because we are bringing it to you live from wherever you are. Well, good day. We are still at HICC interacting with SMEs, and now I'm going to be talking to Dr. Lucky Moyo. Dr. Lucky Moyo is actually a miner, but he's also a secretary for certain organizations that oversees the SMEs. Dr. Lucky Moyo, good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us. If you could tell us your designation and why you are here today.
Yeah, my name is Dr. Lucky Moyo. I'm the chairman for Harare Chamber of Small to Medium Enterprises and the National Organizing Secretary, Zimbabwe Chamber of Small to Medium Enterprises. We are here today at our great Indaba, where all sectors of the economy are being discussed here. The policies of SMEs are being discussed here. The objective and the vision of the government to SMEs of what they have to us, it's also being paneled and discussed at this forum.
Dr. Moyo, what are some of the challenges that you're facing as SMEs that you think that government should or can help address? What are those key challenges that you think should be addressed, at least during this Indaba?
Yes, we have got some issues which have to be discussed and be assisted by the government, especially on Zimra. On Zimra, mostly we don't want this other action they do just to come maybe close the working place of the people, maybe without a good approach of get what they want, like the remunerations which SME should be submit. And we need to be also have a good interaction with the Zimura each and a given time, and also train us and have an awareness campaign of our SMEs to be able not to fear Zimura, but to be friendly to each other, not enemies.
It's not tender. But maybe my last question, Mataura Kuti Mimi, you are a miner. Semunu Ariku miner in Zimbabwe. One of the key conversations that we've had during the Indaba is that government is trying to have value addition, especially in terms of mining. What is it that you think that small and medium enterprises can do in order to tap into that value addition?
Yeah, thank you very much. It's a very good question. You find that SMEs covered almost all minerals which are mined in Zimbabwe, mostly in gold and chrome. You find that we are very more on that, more being on gold. We look forward that we need to do value addition, which employs more SMEs, like processing of rings, necklaces, ornaments, which is made from our gold production mineral. As well on other minerals like copper, chrome, we need to do value addition, which will make more Zimbabweans, more SMEs to be employed by having value addition in this country. It makes us have more foreign currency by exporting finished goods which are manufactured within the country. As we are the one who get the raw minerals within the country, it's better than to have value addition machinery so that we can process and earn more and have more employment within our country.
Thank you so much, Dr. Moyo, for joining us. Well, that was Dr. Lucky Moyo. And as we continue the conversation around value addition, we're now going to talk it straight to the Minister of Women Affairs, Monica Mchangwa, who's going to tell us more about what we should expect and what government policy says in terms of value addition and creating an enabling environment for SMEs and corporates. We've had so many conversations with so many industry players who have talked about the impact of this Indaba. And of course, other than the impact, we also want to avail some of the questions to the minister, because we need to understand what the whole of government approach is playing in terms of enabling SMEs in the country and spearheading the economic development towards Vision 2030. And now we're going to be talking to the Minister of Women Affairs, Monica Mchangwa. Honorable Minister, how are you? I must say that you're looking very beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
We need to talk about this Indaba today that is currently underway. So many people have turned out for this, but we need to understand what prompted the ministry to actually come up with this particular Indaba.
It is an amazing platform to bring all these SMEs and cooperatives together. And we as a ministry, it was in recognition of the good work they are doing, of the critical role they are playing in the country. I must tell you, SMEs and cooperatives are actually the pulse of the economy. They bring more than 60% to the GDP of the country. And we are bringing them here so that we can strengthen that SMEs and cooperatives ecosystem, strengthening with all the stakeholders. This is why you will see the representatives of PRAS are here, representatives of ZIMRA, our development partners are here, our captains of industry are here. And earlier on, you saw the Minister of Industry and Commerce talking to the SMEs and cooperatives because they realize there has to be a feed-in from SMEs to the big companies. So that is happening, but we need much more collaboration and partnership. We also have had the Minister of ICT, Honorable Tatenda Mawetera. The importance of digital technology cannot be overemphasized. We realize that our SMEs, if they are going to grow, scale up their production, and also be able to access more markets, they need to have digital skills. And the training of digital skills is important. What government has done under the astute leadership of the President, Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa, is to make sure that we don't leave any place or anyone behind. And what the President has done, which has made everyone in this country, out of the 10 corners of 10 provinces, every corner, every Zimbabwean is asking themselves, what is that I can do for my country? And the importance of access to finance, we can't overemphasize it. We've got a lot of financial institutions here who are here to talk to us, to see where they can scale up in terms of giving loans. We've got our Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe. They are here. Yes, they are working very hard. They have come up with 2 financial strategy for inclusion. That is not even enough. We are seeing even through my ministry, we've got the Women Microfinance Bank, we've got the SMEDCO, we have also funds which we call Women Development Fund and Community Development Fund. But again, that's not enough to really make sure that the appetite out there of our people to have loans. Everyone is working. We have to be proud as Zimbabweans. When we see the economy doing well, President has actually created that business environment. We are seeing our President building all what we can call the economic enablers, making sure that Zimbabwe has got enough energy. Do you know that Zimbabwe, over the last 4 years, we were struggling importing energy from outside, most of it, but now Zimbabwe is actually producing enough for our consumption. This is the work of the Second Republic under the astute leadership of the President, Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa. You see the roads. When the roads are there, we know that our SMEs, whatever they are producing, can actually reach the markets. We as a ministry, we help them with business entrepreneurial skills, digital skills. We also help them with access to markets. If it's agricultural produce, we are also talking to AMA, which is Agricultural Marketing Authority of Zimbabwe. It is a whole government approach. Zimbabwe is going to win, not because government is doing this, but Zimbabwe is going to achieve Vision 2030 when everyone who is a Zimbabwean and those investors who have come to Zimbabwe realize where we want to go. Vision 2030 of an upper middle income society. So this is where we're going, and not surprising, the President will be here tomorrow to meet these people. He will witness also the launch of the Cooperatives Act, the new Cooperatives Act, because we realize cooperatives are very inclusive. They bring on board everybody. I've visited cooperatives in this country, like in Manicaland. You will find that in Rusitu, there is an extremely excelling cooperative in dairy. Instead of the dairy board going to each and every farmer, the farmers came together in a cooperative, and then dairy board can go and collect over thousands of liters of milk. And we, by the way, we are now producing enough milk for the country's consumption, which was not the case before. And this is happening because we've got these cooperatives getting involved there, our SMEs getting involved there. We have achieved self-sufficiency in food in our country. We know we were importing food, maize, from South Africa, from Tanzania, from even as far as Mexico. But today, Zimbabwe is self-sufficient when it comes. And again, who is farming? And we've seen a lot of our people getting healthier, eating the traditional grains. And again, this is the promotion which is being done through government, even through the First Lady, to make sure that at least we grow the traditional grains. They are very difficult. Our job as the ministry is to make sure that when the Ministry of Agriculture is importing tractors, they shouldn't just look at big tractors. They should also look at smaller tractors, which will help our SMEs so that they can continue to do value addition. That's what we want to talk about. We need to make sure that SMEs are involved in the value addition. That is from production to food, so that they are not shortchanged. We also have SMEs in mining here. Surprising, a lot of people don't realize today Zimbabwe is a proud producer of gold. We've got a record production. We moved from a mere 20 tons to 51 tons. And I'll tell you what, these people you are seeing here have made it possible. They are producing almost 60% of that production of gold. And today we are proud as a country. We are financially stable. Our currency is stable. They are playing they're playing a very critical role. So this is why we have said it's time we sit down with everyone, and government included, private sector included, development partners, because we do not want fragmented efforts. We want to work together. It's a whole government approach, whole society approach, so that we can actually achieve the Vision 2030, which our president is talking about.
Well, thank you so much. I think my last question, because you unpacked everything in that response, my last question will be that firstly, are we seeing enough of value addition, especially in the mining sector and also the manufacturing sector? Because earlier on we had a young man here who was telling us that they're making banana chips, and we are seeing that there is value addition, but is it enough? Is it what we are seeking for? And then lastly, one of the ladies that we did interview also said that the ministry actually came up with a very good initiative, but they were hoping that maybe you could start at a provincial level or even at a district level so that everyone can have access to this wonderful initiative. What do you have to say to that?
Well, this is the inaugural one. And it's not an event. This is becoming a process. That's how we intend to move to all the provinces and all the districts. You listened earlier on, for those who were inside, the Deputy Minister of Mines and Minerals, when he spoke so well about the job which the artisanal miners are doing, he actually spoke about decentralizing the School of Mining, which is in Bulawayo, decentralizing it in each and every district so that we can begin to make everybody understand. Those SMEs who are getting into mining, we want them to be trained so that when they go there, they are properly protected, they are wearing their protective clothing. We also want them to be insured. We also want them to get the loans to buy the equipment. We don't want them to be shortchanged. The situation at the moment for those who are in mining is that those who dig the ground, they are getting the very little benefit, and obviously they are being shortchanged. And we want to find a balance of the benefits of mining. In terms of value addition, this is precisely the policy of government to make sure that we promote local production, because if we continue to export raw materials, what is happening is we are exporting jobs. We need our youth to be employed. We need to be able to draw our people who are in the streets, some of them abusing substance and drug abuse. We want to make sure that they have jobs. So what is critical here, this is why the government has stopped exportation of of raw materials. Value addition is important. There's value addition which is already happening in lithium. There's value addition in many other industries, but it's not enough. And as a ministry, we've gone into the districts and have also noticed that most of our cooperatives, our SMEs are producing, whether it's bananas, but most of it was going to post-harvest losses. And what we are doing now, just last week you saw the president was in Mutoko. We are building those value addition processing. We see banana chips now in Hauna. There are more than 2,000 banana farmers. Most of the time they to bring their bananas, struggle to bring bananas to Harare to sell. Now they can actually produce banana flour, banana chips, and this is value addition and more money to transform the lives of our people, the lives of SMEs. So we'll continue as a ministry. We have officers all the way to the ward level. So it's not like we are not there. Our ward coordinators are there, our ward business developers are there, our district development officers are there, but we will obviously carry out these kind of indabas in the provinces because we don't want to leave anyone or any place behind.
Thank you so much, Minister, for joining us. What is clear from the Minister's message is that value addition and also enhancing digital literacy and digital capacitation of the SMEs is very important in advancing the Vision 2030